What up, ladies and gentlemen? We are here for another Stormcast. I got my host and my co-host with me today. Geronimo, how you doing, man?
What up? What up? What up? Doing great. I also got the game on in the background, so
Oh, you're
let's
good.
see. Let's see if them boys wrap it up tonight. If not, game
Shoot,
six
that
it
big
is.
deficit they got to stop doing that.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
man.
just how. Yeah, this just seems to be how they're
So
playing every
so
game.
San Antonio is winning.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's
like
how
40.
they've been doing the past couple games. They win until the fourth quarter, and then that's
That's just the team they are. They're a
Well,
back half team.
let me put it this way. I don't need them. I we'll save that. I'll save that thought for just a moment. Then we got my co-host here, Action Jack. Jack, how you doing today, man?
I'm good, man. I'm blessed. Been going through a very interesting journey these past couple days. Um, I might have to put my old Mac Mini to bed.
Oh
And so
no.
if
Oh
I gotta
man.
put the Mac Mini to bed, then that means I gotta put Logic to bed. So I had to go
Oh
full
no.
fledged into learning a brand new DAW system.
Oh
So
Oh
no.
that's
wow.
what I've been doing the past couple of days. And for anybody that's ever dealt with music at all or a DAW system, it's not a pick up and play
Yeah.
situation. Like you gotta sit down, watch videos. If you want to read instructions, read instructions. But I did get lucky. And finding a DAW system that is almost one to one to Logic and also Ableton, which was my very first DAW system,
Hmm.
and Studio One, which I didn't know PreSonus got bought out. Well, not bought out, but they partnered with Fender.
Mhm.
So now it's called Fender Studio One, and they just dropped their new update yesterday or day before yesterday, and man, that stuff is amazing. But you only hear about like maybe two or three DAW systems, but Studio One is amazing. So yeah, I've been having some time with that, and yeah,
Okay.
starting over from scratch, man.
Okay. Okay. Everybody give me 2 seconds because I have to talk to my son. So just give
All
me
right, bet.
2 seconds.
So Geronimo, how you doing, brother?
Doing good, man. I don't know if we'll go deeper into like what we plan or not, but
Hmm.
Mina has clicked for me. It's clicked.
It is okay.
Yes, it's
Okay.
clicking. Yeah, I went through. I guess it's. I don't know if you do have true freedom of certain areas you can go to first or not, but it seems it
Hmm.
nudges me towards the right to the crypt and in the graveyard area. So
Yeah.
I did finish that the other day, and that final sequence was going to the top to the spark generator. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, so I've just been kind of just exploring around, trying to look for nooks and crannies I missed. Was trying to go to the northwest area, but kept getting bodied by these huge enemies that like would do these shockwave moves, which I figured out how to get
Yeah.
around them, but it was just
Yeah.
like that's crazy.
It take a minute.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Um. So I guess she wants me to say it. It yesterday actually was Baby Sandstorm's birthday, so she's waiting to get her
Happy
birthday.
birthday.
Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday!
Uh, uh, yeah. So she had a whole lot of fun today. Um, I'll probably just have to leave her last present for her when she wakes up in the morning. She'll see it.
Hey.
Okay.
Um, yeah. So with that being said, y'all know how we do. Actually, what I really want to do, let me put this music on pause. Because really, hey, baby Sandstorm, baby Sandstorm. Um, what I really want to do, because I actually had a tough week this past week. Um,
Mm,
yeah. It was mentally exhausting.
yeah,
Um,
feel that.
s- so if you guys have anything, because I'm gonna pray over the whole thing in chat. If you guys have anything that you've been going through mentally, because we talk about mental health all the time, and bring it about, because it's really important to check your mental health and make sure somebody
Hmm.
checks on you, not you always just checking on yourself, but really healthy to pray over your mental health. But with that being said, do you guys have anything specific that you want me to add to the prayer?
Nah, brother, I'll leave that on to you and your mental, because it seemed like definitely want to double down on that for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, same here. I just get the just work, the type of work I do. It gets mentally taxing off and on. So,
Yeah.
but I'll be getting some break time in the next week or so
Good,
for at
good.
least a day. So I mean, fortunately, all the Game Fest hype kind of
Yeah.
helped kind of smooth over most of it. But I feel that. But yeah, like Jack said, for sure,
Okay.
prayer for you mostly.
Yeah, it was just I think it's a lot. It's between, home and oh, thank you for is that your bottle? Yeah. Okay. Let me here. I gotta get these back to you. It is just both it's like work and home and just it's a lot. My yeah, it's just a lot. So um, with that being said, Father God, we just come to you today. Just thank you, Lord, for first of all, allowing us to see another day. We just thank you for all that you've given us and done for us, Lord. We know in your word that you say, being anxious for nothing, but with prayer and supplication, you will give us all peace that surpasses all understanding. We thank you for your word. That's a powerful word that we live by, and that we grow into and through. That allows us to strengthen not only our minds, our bodies, and our spirit, to be able to grow from day to day, and keep us in good health, from day to day. So we say at this time, all the things that we may be struggling with mentally, or our families may be struggling with mentally, or things that we're going through, work mentally. We know that you are a provider, you're a way maker, and a healer. And we thank you for just keeping us in your righteous right hand. As we go through these storms, as we go through these problems, we know that they are set up and built for a powerful, strong testimony that somebody may need
Mhm.
in the future that we can use to glorify your name. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
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 All
Yes,
right.
sir.
Feel the weight off already. All right. With that being said, what have because we're gonna keep it to what have you been playing lately? We know there was a lot of demos out there that hit the wild
Hmm.
over this past week.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be 100 with you. Haven't played a single one of them. But with that
Really?
being said,
Okay.
yeah. With that being said, now they've all been downloaded. But with that being said, what have you been playing lately, Geronimo? What you been playing lately?
Oh man. Okay, yeah. So I was just telling Jack real quick earlier. Mostly Mina the Hollower. It's
Mhm.
clicking with me, fortunately. It made me realize though, I should probably play more of these 2D top-down Zelda-like games because I it takes me a while to get back into the kind of like the flow of them mostly.
Mm-hmm.
Because most of the Zeldas I play are the 3D ones. I've only really beat one 2D one in my life, and that was Minish Cap. But in regards to that, game is really good. Finished one of the areas, and I'm actually in the it's not, I'm not gonna say second area because it seems to be open ended. I'll just say I'm in the bog, and
Okay.
Okay.
that area is pretty cool so far. Oh, I'm not using the whip weapon no more. I got the I forgot what this is actually called, but I got the gun. I got the blicky. Where
Oh, I
like
ain't
Okay.
even got
it,
that yet.
oh,
Yeah.
you haven't? Oh, so
Uh-uh.
I've just been kind of starting to stockpile the currency, the bones,
Mm-hmm.
when
Okay.
I can, and when I would upgrade, I put like two more in attack, and that's been helping instead of just doing like the 1-1-1-1 as you go along. But yeah, game is really good. Really good. It's a lot of nooks and crannies. Really liking the soundtrack, man. Jake
Okay.
Kaufman, he like it's crazy how he can get these melodies out of the this type of chip tunes, Game Boy sounding music is really really good. And then in between that, I've been dipping my toe back into the Monster Hunter Wilds. It just was in the back of my head
Mm,
recently,
okay.
Mm-hmm.
and the reason why it's not even so much because of the expansion announcement, which that was cool, Ascendance,
Mm-hmm.
nor the Switch to Twitter announcement of Monster Hunter Wilds. I guess I don't know when they're gonna show up. Maybe Gamescom or something. Just guessing. But yeah, I had some unfinished business in that game. Basically, I had to go and hunt one of the hardest monsters to make an armor set. and I finally did after what felt like a dozen attempts, and only succeeding in like one of them. No, actually two of them of the dozen. So that was a lot. But yeah, so that's done. So I'm putting that game down for good until the expansion whenever it drops next year.
Okay.
And a little bit of Mario Kart World here and there. A little bit of Screamer online. The community has been kind of been building on that a little bit. You know, the online races are getting, you know, more plentiful. Like I think the most I've had, because I think that game has like you can race up to, is it 12, 15, 10?
Okay.
No, up to 10. And it's been getting close to a full room from time to time, so that's really cool. But I can tell it's gonna be a niche community because even on PC, I mean, it's got crossplay, but even on PC, I'm seeing similar names. So that's how you know a game is like it's gonna be one of those cult games where like you know the people names and how well they play. But that's pretty much been it. Probably gonna put more time in the gaming stuff next weekend because it'll be a longer weekend due to Juneteenth.
Right.
But other than that, yeah, that's pretty much the main stuff. I did play some of the demos. I don't know if we want to talk about that separately. I did play Kingdom Hearts 3 or the little bit that they had on Switch 2. I did play Star Fox on Switch 2, and I feel like there was a third demo, and I dabbled in Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, Switch 2 Edition. Nintendo, please, these titles. That 4K 60 is crazy. I had like that same direct morning. I updated it and then got to work, and then I turned it on, and then I just let the tile screen run for like 30 minutes. That's how good it looked.
Wow.
It hit. It really hit. Like because all of it's 60 frames, 4K, you know, docked. Like when it gets to the Monado, when it shows like the background, it transitions to nighttime and it glows. Chef's kiss. It looks really good. Really, really good.
That's
but
dope.
anyway, yeah. But other than that, that's pretty much been it this week or since last week. So but yeah. Good game.
Okay. J Big said Tomb Raider. He's been playing Tomb Raider, Indiana Jones, Doom Eternal, System Shock remake. And he said he brought the eShop slot game Love Chemistry. Yeah.
See, I don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
Love Chemistry?
eShop slop.
Sound like a visual novel. Not saying that's slop, but you know, you know what slop when you look at the eShop. How the
really do.
Picture looks. Yeah.
Side note, I kind of feel J Biggs like I haven't been compelled to play. He said I played the Star Fox demo. I haven't been compelled to play it either because I'm buying it, but like part of me is like I don't know if I want to ruin that first experience for me.
Yeah, I feel
then definitely hold off.
J Biggs, what in the world? I'm looking at this game now. All right. All right.
It is slop, isn't it? It's slop, ain't it?
The moment I saw the box cover, I'm like, all right, man. Now I'm looking at the game. It's something like gameplay. I see what type of time you on, JB.
Wait, is this what I think it is? Wait, does it have like a subtitle? Like something?
Yeah, Sabella's Formula. Hey. Yeah.
Let me see.
Oh, I see. Okay. Now, okay. All right. Seeing the actual gameplay. It looks like something from the Genesis game.
Okay. Yeah.
This looks like a Sega Genesis game to me, low key. But that first picture.
Yeah.
Hello.
Okay. All right.
Like I said, eShop slot. Okay.
Okay.
Hey man, no judgment here. You like what you like, man.
You the type. Let me see what's her name. Let me see what's her name because I'm gonna tell you right now because you the type to like hold on. You the type to be like Rangiku is the best. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man.
Love
me some Rangiku. Like, yeah. Voluptuous.
That was by a book based on his cover. All right.
Okay, so Void said, because he had a lineup too. He said he's been playing Rise of the Tomb Raider on Switch 2 and the Star Fox demo as well. What up, Shine?
Mhm.
What up, Vito? Vito in the chat.
Vito.
Vito, what up? What up?
He said Dark Void said Star Fox is very good. It's smooth, very good graphics wise. Okay.
Mhm.
Tetris
What?
99.
I don't even know Haiti was playing Scotland. Yeah, let's go Haiti. Yep.
Dark Void says System Shock is a very good game, very good
Yeah, I
story.
keep
and
seeing it
Sony
pop
has a good
up
run.
because I keep getting it recommended.
Yeah,
on
me
my
too.
Switch, but I just never, looked into it.
Yeah.
I think it had a little. Well, I don't know if it was a Switch 2 version or the Switch version. I think early on they had little performance quirks, but I believe they fixed it, so it should be
Okay.
good now. But yeah, that's been another that's been on my eye. Not anytime soon, but one I would want to play eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So Jack, what you been playing lately, man?
As far as the demos, as y'all know, I was playing the Star Fox demo. Went in heavy with that using the mouse controls, even like your typical controls. And honestly, I'm gonna be here in this room playing Star Fox, using mouse mode. Like
Okay.
that's right
what's
here.
up.
Yeah, that right there that's too solid. It's
Right.
too smooth. I think I'll dabble in controller here and there if I don't have a choice, but I think I'll prefer to go mouse mode 100% with that. Well, the demo. Oh yeah, I did the Kingdom Hearts 3 demo. Still don't like the game. Like it's like
Oh,
the demo
really?
is fine. I didn't like Kingdom Hearts 3 when I got to the end of that game and turned it off. Like got to the final fight. I was like, you know what?
The
I'm
best
cool.
part.
Well, if it is, then that's just what it is. But I didn't care for the game. I didn't care for the pacing. I didn't like the fact that there were no Final Fantasy characters whatsoever in that game.
Yeah,
That was weird.
Kind of confuses me.
Yeah.
I like the what did they call like the amusement ride moves? They were kind of
Yeah.
Oh, the
Yeah.
attractions. That was cool
Yeah.
the first time they showed in the trailer, and then the first time, because like when it came out, my friend, my roommate at the time, he was playing, so I would just be watching him play on his PS4, and I was like, oh, that's the attractions, right? And he's like, yeah, and I'm like, oh, that looks cool, and I was like, is there anything more than that? He's like, nah, you just move around and let it do its thing, and I was like, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
After the first couple times, you're like, okay.
Yeah. Hopefully
Yeah.
they fix this stuff with 4, but
I think
We'll see.
I
well,
think
yep.
some of
We'll
that
see.
stuff will be taken out. Yeah.
Let's hope so. But outside of Star Fox and Kingdom Hearts, also I played the Digimon Time Stranger.
Yeah.
demo.
How was that?
Oh,
So the last time I tried this demo was on the Steam Deck,
Mhm.
and I had to do a lot of tweaking, working, and fixing just to get it to run decent.
Mhm.
The fact that I could jump on this and it ran clean, looked clean, I'm like, okay, we might have something on our hands, because I didn't have to sit there and go through all the cutscenes because I had seen it already playing the demo. So I was able to just enjoy it more without having to spend like 30 minutes to an hour tinkering with it first, which already threw me off. And so I was like, okay, cool. We jumped in, everything loaded up fast, everything runs smooth at 60 frames per second. It looks great on the Switch 2, and I know it's on the Switch as well. It's just it doesn't look as good. It doesn't run as smooth on the Switch, but I turned it on performance mode, and yeah, it ran smooth. So that demo I had a blast with. It's not one of my day ones for sure, but it will be copped on sale. As far as like actual games I've been playing, we were playing Inazuma 11. So I don't know if you all have paid attention to Disney Plus lately, but they have a new, I don't know if you want to call it cartoon anime. I don't know. I think it's kind of
Black
hard to distinguish.
Kids.
No, not that one. So it's a new soccer cartoon they have on there called like Dragon Spirit or Dragon something on there.
Oh,
But it's like a soccer base.
Is it Disney? Disney under Disney Plus? Okay.
Yeah. So it's a soccer based situation to where you have these kids that are trying to get their I think they call them tomas, and that's like their powers. And then the main character, his mother passed away, and she was kind of like a dragon. I think they call it like a dragon something. And so they took notice because he loves the sport, and they don't call it soccer, they call it something else. But he loves the sport, so he watches it, and then he makes friends with this girl who, she knows how to use her Toma, but she's just never played professionally. And so when the All Stars come in, they're that literally she has to be the goalie. And at this point, while she's doing a good job getting beamed in the face, the guys kind of gets out of control, and he uses like his top Toma, which can instantly end up killing her. And so the main character Toma just kind of like snaps in and turns into this big fire dragon and grabs his and just snaps it in half to save the girl. But yeah, me and my youngest was just blasting through it, so I got to rewatch it. But that got him like, hey, I wish they would have made a game like this. And he was like, well, what's that one game you tried to get me to play? And I was like, Inazuma 11. And he was like, yeah, he didn't want to play it because that game in the beginning is like 90% story. And so you'll jump into like a match and finish that match in like 2 minutes and then back in story again. But I went through the story portion so he can just jump straight into the chronicles to where you just strictly play matches. And now he's having a blast with it. So we got back in Inazuma 11 Victory Road. What else was I playing? Playing a little bit of Metroid. Definitely did some of the DK challenges as well. I will say I thought there was a DK game I didn't like. Yeah, I thought I loved all DK games, but I found out real quick I don't love all DK games. I really don't, because those challenges will throw like random games at you. I've never played the Game Boy DK games.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah, like Donkey Kong Land. Land is like, ugh.
I heard they kind of go from like, this is a game, like the first one's like a true Game Boy version of the first game, then the third one's like completely different or something.
Third one's completely different.
That's what I heard.
With the challenges, you do the first one, I would say the second one, the second one, and then there's like one or two with the third because you play as baby Kong. So those Game Boy challenges are hard because of Game Boy. So
gotcha.
right.
Gotcha.
To my surprise, and which we'll probably get into this, this really may end up being like a test bed for Nintendo's achievement system. Because whenever I did the classic Donkey Kong challenges, I went through, wiped them all out. I think the last one was beating King K. Rool. And so I did the last one there. And so I was like, okay, let me go to the Bonanza challenges. As soon as I went over there, more than half of them were already finished. And that's because I've beaten the game. So it took into account that I beat the game. And so it already has some of the cards already finished.
Okay, cool.
It's a matter of like, okay, cool, you did this already. And so the other ones was like, okay, now just do like a super punch on Donkey Kong Island with, the Super Saiyan version of Donkey Kong, and then, lay some eggs with the ostrich, and then run over water with the zebra. And so they just have you doing certain things like that, and it'll tell you a notification of like, hey, you complete a challenge, you complete a challenge. Now it's up to you if you want to hold the home button and go and see it, or you can just keep playing. But if this is their achievement system, one, I think it's super dope because these are like cards and they have like flair and art style to them. So it's not just you completed this, here's a trophy. It's like, here's an art style card to show that you actually like completed whatever you completed. But they have to find a way to integrate it, because that being connected to online and having to watch that load to go into Nintendo Online just to see those cards, that's not ideal. So they got to find a way to implement that. But honestly, they're off to a great start for sure. But outside of that, I think that may have been the only things. I re-downloaded Xenoblade Chronicles 2 because that was one game I did not finish because of how it ran, and kind of how it was structured. And of course, that update doesn't come out until July 30th. But I'll wait for that one to come out. So I'll be looking forward to playing Xenoblade Chronicles 2 come that time frame. And like I said, play more Metroid, and that's about it. Didn't do too much gaming today for the most part because my son's pretty much had it locked down. We're in the Zuma 11 now, and like I said, just try not to game too much, devote too much time to the gaming, but nonetheless, just kind of waiting for some more sales and things to pop up. Oh yeah, and Mr. Driller Dreamland or Drill Land, I bought on sale for $5, so I've been playing that. And then also Patapon 1+2 replay, caught that on a price error for $5 and been playing that too. So got super lucky with that. Shouts out to Wario64 on that one.
Right,
He's the goat, man.
Yeah.
You be buying games, you be like, it's just cheap.
It's cheap. I'll have it sitting in the back burner, and then I'll get to it when I get to it. And that's kind of what has had Mina on the back burner. I've been wanting to play it, but then when I think to go play it, something else pops up, and then it'll take its place. So I'll get back to Mina whenever I kind of got all this other stuff worn off. But they ain't none time soon because Rhythm Heaven's right around the corner. Right around the corner. Dust Fade is right around the corner. Yeah, so there's way too much just popping up to jump at the I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's like, man, it's dang near overbearing at this point. It's like, golly, we just went from not, I wouldn't even say not having much. We always had a decent.
We always had a decent amount.
Yeah, but like now they just like, oh, everybody jump on, hurry up, get on. You like,
this is where you wish you had like very specific taste.
Yeah,
for sure. Like I wish I was one of those that was like, man, that direct sucks because there was nothing in there for me.
Right,
there was way too much in there for me.
Way too much, man. I'm looking like I was I think it was you, Jack, who was like, yeah, I was like, dang. Devil May Cry comes out 2 days before Star Fox. And you were like, well, you can get both of them for 80.
Yep.
That's not what I wanted to hear.
Well, that's also math, but
right.
It's not helping.
Because right now, if you pre-order, you get Devil May Cry, what, $10 off, $10 or $20 off. So that's why I was saying, hey.
That game for 30, I know everyone be like, oh man, you can buy it for $10 over here. That game for 30 is good in my opinion.
It's really good.
It's a very good game.
I want to see what else they're adding to it though, because they made it seem like it was only like 3 things they added to that game.
If it's it's the I actually, you know what? Yeah, I need to double check that, because if it's just a special edition, but they gave like a fancy subtitle for the Switch too, it should just be the base game, and then you have a kind of like, I guess, what was it, 4 or 3, one of the older ones where you can just play through as Virgil, and it kind of ignores whatever story bits that deal with Virgil.
Okay.
You just,
3.
You can just play as Virgil. Yeah. And I did a little bit of down PS5 when I got the PS5. I was like one of the first games I got with it, because it was $40. It was actually, no, it was 30. Actually, yeah, it was $30. It was mad cheap. But yeah, it's a great game. Great game. It's weird how you have to like buy the air dodge ability.
Yeah.
That's weird, but other than that, it's a good game. It's a good game.
Yeah, that's why I was looking for what's extra with it, because I already have it on PC. So I don't know if this is a double dip type game. But yeah, other than that, man, that's what I've been playing. I'm this close. This close, and I need Wilds to show something, because I'm this close to buying Rise. Along with the DLC, because it's been looking at $10 for a while. Like that game always goes down to $10.
Oh, okay, that's okay. So, oh man, that's an interesting thing. So, despite me playing Wilds, because I mean it's the latest Monster Hunter, I do like Rise, and especially with Sunbreak expansion. Oh my goodness, that more. Well,
don't tell me that, because I'll copy right now.
No. What I'm trying to say is Rise and Sunbreak for $10. That's like a Bob Barker, The Price is Right type situation. like real talk. The amount of hours you can get off of that, off of just $10, is crazy. However, I would say wait for when Capcom finally shows off Wilds, and and how it truly runs on Switch 2. Which, spoilers, 1080p 30 frames. That's probably what's going to be.
And that's the thing, because if they mess around and say, hey, before this drops, we doing a Rise patch, a Switch 2 version of Rise. Right. Yeah, that Wilds is just not getting copped.
This is definitely. So I'll say this: if you haven't already, put that same Rise plus Sunbreak bundle in the wish list.
Okay.
Because Capcom, I feel like they put that on sale. Like it feels like every.
It's always on sale. Like it
feels like it's every month. So if you don't catch it this month, you might be able to catch it next month, or you'll definitely be able to catch it in August for Gamescom time. They'll probably have it on sale then. So yeah, I would say just wait until we do see how Wild is on Switch 2 and see how they're rolling it out. Because I'm curious how they're gonna roll it out, because it's Wild is pretty much complete. Like all the seasonal stuff is complete.
Mhm.
So I don't know how they're gonna divvy it out. Like, is it gonna be every 3 months like it did before for within a year, and we're just gonna get the extended expansion like fall next year or something? So I think it's just a waiting thing on that.
Okay.
But Rise Sunbreak, phenomenal. Like the only reason, like that was the last time I broke down and got it double dipped it on PlayStation, because I had friends who, you know, they're not into playing Rise on Switch, and that's fine. And I played for PS Plus. That was literally the last time I
Mm,
did that.
okay.
So that's how much I love that game. But yeah, just wait on it. Just wait.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm gonna hold up. I got it on my wish list because, like I said, this is about
Yeah.
the 8th time it done shown $10. So
Yeah, and it won't be the last. As a matter of fact, we'll probably see it
yeah.
within a month. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I say all that to say, dang, Jack, I wish you would have told me it was like $140, $150 so I could be like, okay, yeah. I can only get
Nope.
one, but $80, like,
Yeah,
just
that's a lot of coin, no matter how you slice it.
yeah. Makes it hard. Pause. So so yeah, man. For me, I haven't really touched any of the demos. I really need to check out the Digimon. I think the Digimon one is the only one that I'm like, the most curious about, where I'm like right on the fence, whether I want to pick it up or not. But there's just way too many games that are coming out for these next couple months that is like, man, what do I really choose? What am I really picking? So with that being said, I played the same game that I've been playing. It's sticking heavy to Crimson Desert.
Hey.
That was the only game that I really and I think I really only picked it up twice so far this week. And I think that's also probably one of the things that is like struggling for my mental, is that I haven't had that like cool down moment, or kind of just that like moment. But they added something. They actually added something 2 weeks ago, and I just now caught wind of it. So you were always able to fly. They're not dragons. I just learned there's difference between a dragon, a drake, a worm, and a what's the last one called? A wyvern. So all of those like are different things, right?
Mhm.
So a dragon is one that has 4 legs and wings on its back. That's a dragon.
Mhm.
A worm is a dragon that has no wings or no feet. So if you look at the second Harry Potter, if you watch that movie, the second Harry Potter, the basilisk actually is a worm.
Right, that's right. Yeah.
And then a drake is a dragon with no wings, just 4 legs, and a wyvern is a dragon, but the arms is the wings. So it just
Okay.
has like one set of legs, and the other set of legs it actually flies with. So if you look at Harry Potter with the fourth movie, which is is it the Half-Blood Prince? No, that's 6. What's the 4th one? The
Oh, that's
Goblet of Fire.
Yeah, Goblet. Yeah.
So the first trial that they do, when they go against the dragons in the movie, when Harry has to go against the dragon, that's actually a wyvern, not a dragon, because he has wings on his claws. But anyway, enough of the nerdy stuff. Back to the other nerdy stuff. So so they actually added wyverns that you can have as pets in the game.
Okay.
Which before, like anything that you jump on, becomes a you can train, and then they can eventually be your, well, most of them can be your pet. Some of them, they just stay wild, and like as soon as you jump off them, they'll turn on you. They changed that part. Then they added wyverns as pets, and so now you can find like baby wyvern eggs. I think there's really only two of them. And so I hatched one, got me a little baby wyvern, and you have to feed it 3 times a day for 3 days. In game days, not actual human days, because that'd be crazy.
Yeah.
But it does still take a long time because you just can't feed them immediately, go to sleep, feed them immediately, go to sleep. Like you actually got to do stuff. Um, and so my dragon or my wyvern turned into a full size wyvern. And so I've been flying around the map and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so much easier. This makes everything so
Right.
much easier, and traversal and all that. And it can actually attack. Um, it shoots like air blast. I think I want them to have an update where it can like you can give it an option to shoot an element, whether that's ice, fire, lightning, whatever. I
Right.
think that would be really dope. But now I step on the scene, you know what I'm saying, feeling like Game of Thrones, hop off that boy and he get the attack in and I get the attack and I'll be like, man, I can handle y'all myself. I don't even need to bring the squad
Right.
with me anymore. Um, but it's been really cool. It's been a really cool update. I have not gone to the Fortress of Wyverns because that's one of the bosses. But I did go to another fortress that I had taken over, and then the vice captain of whatever bandit group that was came through, and this man had a shotgun. He had like an axe shotgun.
What in the
And
world?
yeah, you know what I'm saying? And so you get this move early on in the game where you like do some old wax on, wax off type of thing. And it creates like this, wind circle that'll allow you to gather like arrows and like shots at you, and you can send them back on some like Jedi type stuff. So he was just going crazy with the shotgun too. He blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? I'm just whoop, 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 whoop. And then he like set down this rain, a shotgun shell, just pow 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 pow, just firing rain. I'm just whoop 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 whoop. Felt like the Matrix. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gathering everything. Whoop 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 whoop. Then he like shows up right in front of me, and I'm like, Kamehameha! Blew him away. You know what I'm saying? He was done for in one hit, and I'm like, dang, bro, that's all. And then they had a cutscene of him. And he's like, like, you'll never beat me. I'll never allow you to beat me. Pow! Took himself out, and I'm like, yo, that's the worst way to go, bro. You should have just let me. You should have just let me. Finish you. Pause. Like it should have been.
Yo.
You should have just let me use the finisher. You know what I'm saying? I could have gave you the DDT and you would have been knocked out. You know what I'm saying? But you just wanted to take the shotgun to the head. Super pause. So,
Yo.
but I ended up getting that shotgun, and I'm like, okay, this is kind of dope to use. So, but yeah, that was really my experience for the week. I was really looking forward to playing Star Fox at first, and then like the more I thought about it, I was just like,
It's a smart decision.
yeah.
Honestly, yeah, you should wait because, well, I can't really go in. It'll be best to, because, okay, so a couple of things surprised me about the demo. I'm not gonna be too explicit. So there's only the training area,
Okay.
and then there's Meteo, however you pronounce
Medios, how you say it?
it. Yeah, Meteo, yeah. Meteo. Well, okay, first I played it, just handheld. And then I was talking to a friend of mine. He was like, yo, this looks crazy. I was like, yeah, it look good in handheld. And he's like, you need a docket, bro. And I was like, okay, I'm a docket. Next time I try it out, I'm a docket. And I was like, whoa, Nelly, that HDR looking is going kind of
It's
crazy.
crispy, huh?
It's
Oh,
real
man.
crispy. It's almost too realistic. Almost. But no, it's good. I do enjoy the man, I do enjoy the direction they're going for the cutscenes. Let me just keep it topical like that. I do appreciate it. Some lines are different as far as the delivery,
Mhm.
but the intent is the same. I've heard online. I've seen people murmur. They're like, oh, maybe they're using the Japanese, script from Star Fox 64, which the tone, like they say different. The way of saying certain things is different. The tones comes off a little different.
Yeah.
Um, like when you finish that boss at the end of Meteo, Fox is like, yeah, got a jet is like got a jet. I'm in a hurry. He says it slightly differently in this version, which at first I was like, and then I played again. I was like, oh, you know what? I kind of appreciate the change because it adds more context. Because Star Fox is a team, not just Fox McCloud.
Yeah.
So I do like that. I probably will try it one more time though, since Jack reminded me of the mouse controls. I don't know why I keep forgetting that has mouse controls. I'm tripping. As Mr. MouseCon over here, I'm tripping.
Right.
But overall, for me personally, I'm not going to get it at launch. Just because at the end of the day, this is a remake of a game I've played before. Not to say not to be all like, oh, this shouldn't exist. Like terminally online people will be, that's crazy. I will probably get it later on down the line though, for sure. And,
Okay.
yeah. So it'll be a later scoop. It won't be a day one scoop. But I do like what they're going with so far. And I'm glad that they confirmed the studio as Valon Studios. Shout out to Doc Trey. He was the first to kind of define this scoop on his own, his usual journalistic stuff. But for those in the chat and for us, and these are refresher. Valon Studios initially made the indie like PvP game Knockout City, the dodgeball game. That was very fun back in the day. Unfortunately, it's shut down. The only way you can play it, quote unquote, is if you go on their website, download the game as like a server version. Like you can make like your own like personal server and play like that. But that's a lot of steps. It's not on console. And then they did the Mario Kart Live Circuit, which is like that AR type Mario Kart thing with the Mario and Luigi.
Yeah, that's the one where you like put the points around at your house, right?
And yeah.
Yes.
I still kind of want to buy that.
Yeah, it definitely looked cool. It just when it came out, I was in the apartment and I was just like, man, this won't really hit how I wanted to hit. But like,
that's how I was at first too.
Yeah, I was like, the living space, it wouldn't hit how I wanted to hit. Yeah. But it's something, if I do find in the future, I do get, do finally get my home, then I'll definitely get to it.
I should have copped it when I had the chance, because now I have a house, and at the time, GameStop was selling them for $20.
No, man, it was mad cheap.
Yeah, they were mad cheap at the time.
Yeah,
it is what it is. It is.
Yeah, make your own little thing up in the basement. You know what I'm saying? Add a little rise points and drop points and all that stuff. Yeah, it just,
yeah. One last thing about Star Fox that's not spoiling at all. One certain thing in Meteo, I was like, wait, can I do it? And you can't. And that's all I'll say.
Oh.
In the demo. It's in the because I'm curious what that would look like with these visuals.
Okay.
So yeah, definitely hold off. It's what, a couple weeks?
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Oh yeah.
It's in 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's nothing. It'll be here so fast. So yeah. But yeah, I liked it though. It made me before was like, do I need to get this to? I will get it later because it looks really nice, and I do hope it does get a new audience for Star Fox, so we can have a future for Star Fox.
They should, yeah. Like I said, give it a shot. It's not like a full price game, so I would definitely say give it a shot for sure.
Yeah,
facts.
What up, Jazzy? Appreciate you coming through, bro. Yeah, man, that's really all I've been playing. If you guys have any other games that you guys have been playing, please leave it in the comment section. We will shout it out. But with that being said, we're going straight into our main topic because there is plenty to talk about here. With everything that has been going on actually this week and part of last week, we got the opportunity to finally get Video Game Month, aka the second Christmas. Man, I think we need to dub that the second Christmas, because I'm starting to hear people say that now. Like,
yeah,
I used to say that when I was like a teenager. I was like, it's like Gamer Christmas every June.
Yeah. It's like it's really catching on. We need to coin that. We definitely need to coin that. But with that being said, so much stuff being shown off. Guys, what do you guys think? This is for the comment section for all you subscribers as well. How did you feel about the overall showcase, all the showcases, from the State of Play all the way through the Nintendo Direct, which I believe was the last one that we got to see. Um, and real quickly here, because I did say I would say something about it. And no hate, J Biggs. I don't want you to like unsubscribe or nothing like that. You know, you one of the moderators, much respect, but I'm still hoping that the Spurs beat the Knicks. Sorry. And to be honest with you, sometimes I feel like the NBA is more like the WWE. Like some of this stuff
It
is
really
already played
is.
out.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if the Knicks, whether on purpose or not, lose here in this game so that they can take that back home. I don't think it'll be a healthy thing for them to take it back home and win it at home. I definitely don't find it to be healthy because y'all act crazy. Like I thought Michigan people act crazy when their team wins, like especially in Detroit. But y'all act crazy. Like y'all ain't got no sense. Y'all be acting real.
Yeah, that's one of my main things. I was like, I hope y'all lose because y'all acting a doggone fool out
Yeah,
in them streets, tearing people cars up,
you know what I'm
beating up
saying?
people. Like, y'all
Ripping their
wow.
ripping their jersey
NYPD.
off of them, and like that's come on, man. Like that's just too much. That's not a healthy.
Mm-mm.
That's not a healthy lifestyle. A- and I'm gonna keep it real too with you. I'm gonna keep it a $120. A lot of those I would just fight you funny. A lot of those Knicks fans, especially like the bandwagoner Knicks fans, they be like they act like they was there from the beginning. Oh, we ain't win a championship in '73.
Yeah.
No, 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 no. Don't do that. You just jumped on. You haven't been waiting since '73. You was born in '87. You was born in '96. You was not waiting since '73 for them to win. Don't do that. Don't do that. You just jumped on the Knicks bandwagon. You've been waiting since
Yep.
last year. You've been waiting since last year for them to win. Um, and I think anything when they jump on, those are paid outsiders cause it. Yeah,
Paid outsiders. Heavy
that
on that.
yeah. Yeah, I just think that's crazy, man. If y'all win, that's what's up. I just yeah, some of that stuff is just unhealthy to me. Um, but what up, Vigil? You didn't miss anything. As a matter of fact, you know what? If you want to jump on, bro, you are more than welcome to. Shout outs to Vigilante because he joined in on our direct.
Direct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Other visual.
Mhm.
He jumped on the direct, so I'm gonna send you a link. If you want to jump in, you can. If not, you know, you don't have to. But we're just about to talk about the whole the showcase as a whole, not just the Nintendo one, but just from state of play all the way to the end, which is Nintendo.
Mhm.
But yeah, back to that question, fellas. How did you guys? What did you like from the show? What didn't you like? And how did you feel about it overall?
And which show are we talking
Uh,
about?
all of them.
All of them?
Yeah, just straight
Oh
up.
man.
SGF.
Shoot, like I think
Nutshell.
all the shows were great. I enjoy every show, even Jeff's. Like even the Summer Game Fest was really really good. We got release dates. We got some interesting games I didn't know about. Um, Everything was paced properly, right? The only thing that really kind of threw me off, and it's still kind of throwing me off because it wasn't anything I anticipated, was this exclusive thing with Xbox.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like out of all the games, why Gears? Like Gears is not even your top seller. So
Yeah, that so
Man, it's hard to it. I've said it before on the show in the past month or so. I've said no shade to Asha, the current president CEO for Xbox. No shade at all. I'm
mhm.
just kind of like I'm just so skeptical of Xbox because they always, and then now it seems like they're kind of like it seemed like they're taking feedback from social media. Like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
That's like a music
Mhm.
artist That's like a music artist. That you drop your project or your EP or whatever, and you checking out the temperature vibe from your listeners, your fans, and they
Mhm.
be like, this is good, but it ain't like the last project. It's not good for all the usual. And you think, okay, well, I'll adjust my musical my musical direction for the next project, and then that might it's not always the best way to go about things like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I agree. Choosing Gears in the Clockwork Revolution game, which I am interested in that game, by the way.
Yeah,
Just
Clockwork I agree on. It's just
Yeah.
Gears I didn't understand. I
Yeah.
Gears is especially when all this evidence came out where like it was clearly they had a PS5 version ready to go. Like they were gonna have copies printed just like they did for the Gears 1 remaster or whatever last year, whenever that came out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
It, it just like I get what they're trying to do, but they're going about it in this kind of like slapdash. Let's just do it real quick, fast, in a hurry to appease people that are gonna watch our show on Sunday. And it's
Yeah.
like you're like that's a great gesture, and I do agree.
Mhm.
I do agree with the notion of to get more people to be interested in your console. Exclusives is one of the ways. Like that's why
Yeah.
Nintendo's the way they are.
Sure. Yeah.
But to just say suddenly the new Gears game is not going to be there, it's like you already have a situation where most folks ain't buying your console. Your console, 2 Switch 2s today, I think is like the price of your highest end Xbox Series X,
Mhm.
roughly. So
Yeah.
it's just like it just doesn't make sense. Like we're gonna get some bad news very soon from
yeah.
studios about people
Layoffs.
getting laid off because of
Yep.
their weird decisions.
Mm-hmm.
Gears ain't out yet.
she
but
already
it's going
said it.
to be soon. Yeah, she
She already said that
it.
there's gonna be layoffs. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just it
Yeah,
makes it
it's
hard to want to root for them because they keep making these weird decisions. They're not sticking to one plan or another. It just seems like they're throwing stuff at the wall, seeing what
Seeing
sticks.
what stick. Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
things that do stick, they might just slide down the wall and fall to the floor anyway.
So
it's
they
just
might pick it
like-
up and eat it.
right.
All the above, man. But sorry, Samson. I just
No, you good.
I don't mean to hijack what you're gonna say. Just
No, it's all good. No, I was gonna
they've
agree with
been
you.
grinding my gears. No pun intended. They just been grinding my gears
all the
yeah.
way into mincemeat.
into the mincemeat, man.
No, I totally agree. I think it was a weird one for E-Day to be the one that was
Mhm.
exclusive. I will say this too. If it was my call, I would actually, to be honest with you, would have picked Fable over E-Day.
Correct. Yeah.
Yes, 'cause that's looking to be very
'Cause-
good. Actually, continue. I will talk
Because
about it.
E-Day has multiplayer.
Yeah.
I'm putting that everywhere.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm,
Right.
So yeah, that one. I don't know.
That's a
That's-
miss, man.
It makes me wonder if, like, because I want to know what were the factors for you to decide that, and it makes me wonder if E-Day was the cheapest out of all of them to make.
Well, they said it was. Yeah, it could be because Fable's been in the pot for a minute.
Yeah.
There was-
exceeded that 400 million that they were talking about with E-Day.
Yeah.
There's a report that came out. I think literally like today, Saturday. I think literally yesterday.
Mhm.
And I can't remember. Was it Tom Henderson? It was one of those journalist heads. He was claiming that from what he heard from the Gears E-Day budget, it's like upwards to 400 million. And
Yeah.
granted, that's not uncommon for these big budget AAA, or they try to say quadruple A Ubisoft,
Yeah.
goofy with these acronyms. But that's just a
lot.
lot. And then let's
Yeah.
just keep it on our consoles that's about to be lapped by the Switch 2 in like a year and a half.
Right.
So yeah.
So
Yeah.
but yeah, other than that, like I said, with Sony's Bancho the Chef was one that got my attention.
Pancho.
Of course, as I mentioned before, like the Stuntman Hollywood had my attention.
Yeah.
What else? Animusha, which we found out is coming everywhere, was one that was pretty interesting and got a chance to play that demo on PC. Unfortunately, Phantom Blade Zero got pushed, but I'm glad it was there for an announcement. But outside of that, the showcase for Xbox The walk away with Fable, seeing this more in a darker tone, understanding that this game you can be on the good side or bad side. This depends on the decisions that you make. So I'm curious as into how that all plays out in this new game. E-Day was kind of whatever. It's still the shoot 'em up, bang bang situation.
Yeah,
Same thing with,
still
Call of Duty.
and still like the hide and shoot. What do they call that?
Cover shooting.
Yeah,
Cover
cover
shooters.
shooter. Like there really isn't. I don't. And can I say this real quick, Jack? I don't understand how they have so many Gears of War games, but they haven't really added any weapons to them. Like they're still the same.
Yeah, that's true.
Chainsaw gun, dagger gun, same shotgun,
same grenade.
Yeah, long range. Yeah, that's true. Even when I played Gears 5 back in 2019, I built my PC and AMD was like, "Here's a free Gears 5," and I was like, "Okay." No, they said, "Here's a free Game Pass." So that's how I played it. But I was like, "Okay, it was cool to come back to Gears then," because I skipped 4 on the Xbox One, and then I was just like, there's not a lot of new weaponry in this.
No.
I mean, it helped it get familiar again, but at the same time, it's just like, dang, it's like the opposite of Halo. Like Halo Infinite, like half a dozen new weapons.
Right.
Existing ones.
How do you do that?
Yeah, I don't know.
But all in all, I mean, I did like how Halo campaign evolved looked. Fable, I like this direction with Senua. Wulong 2, Resonance was another one that stood out to me. Love to see Spyro back. Let's see, Crazy Taxi. That was that was amazing to me. Even with all this stupid AI stuff that's going on, I hope we talk about that. But I know that's on our show tomorrow with Winging It Podcast getting heavy into the AI mess. But those were key for them. And then of course with Nintendo just kind of just sent it home for me. Like a lot of people said this was RPG heavy. I didn't really see it that way.
Yeah.
They're just exposing themselves for not liking not being into Xenoblade or the Final Fantasy.
Yeah, because I mean looking at this list, there wasn't because I don't count Zelda as an RPG.
Right.
Warhammer isn't, Minecraft, Splatoon, Raiders, Dragon Quest, Monsters is. Dust Bloods wouldn't be. Final Fantasy Resonance would. Star Fox demo isn't. Sports Resort, no. We got the whole Xenoblade situation. Let's see, Devil May Cry 5, Lies of P, Lords of the Fallen, Jujutsu Kaisen, Donkey Kong. It wasn't heavy on RPGs. It's just a lot of people didn't like what was here. But I am still waiting on that date for Stellar Blade. But I will say they've been going nuts on the marketing on Twitter. Like every time I turn on Twitter, they right there with some marketing. I'm like, just give me a date. Like, just give me a date. Like, stop marketing. Give me a date.
They like, you gonna buy this game.
And I told them I will. I just need them to go ahead and make my buns portable, and that's all we're gonna do. But I enjoyed this. This really was the kind of say first Christmas because it's earlier in the year. So I mean the gaming Christmas is this was spot on. I really enjoyed this. My wallet didn't. But I definitely look forward to a lot of these. I want to like be responsible and like tier these off. And so I'm gonna write these down and like, okay, these are the games I want, and who's getting cop day one, and then who's getting cop later, and then who's just getting waited for on sale. And I think that's gonna help me a lot. And honestly, I do have my games I know for a fact. So like with Nintendo games, because they go on sale a little bit like way later down the line, I tend to get those regardless. Especially if it's Splatoon, because Splatoon is one of my go-to IPs. But yeah, I really enjoyed all of this, man. I thoroughly enjoyed every bit of these announcements, and then of course all the other ones that didn't get put in a game showcase, and they were just announced on Twitter, which we had a lot of those. A lot of those get announced on Twitter, and I only had like one disappointment. This one, and one of my key games did not show an appearance. Actually, 2 games did not make an appearance and was not talked about at all. And that was the Life of Goldman.
Oh,
that is still missing.
Yeah.
And I'm even more PO'd at that because I can't play the demo because for whatever reason it keeps pausing on my PC. So
Oh,
I
that's
don't know
right.
how to fix that.
Need a console demo.
Yeah, well, they got one on PlayStation, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I know they just recently did a console demo, if I'm not mistaken. So they have the console demo, but I don't have a console that they demoed on because, of course, it's not on Switch. But
Yeah.
that one I didn't hear anything about, and while I'm not surprised, I really thought Level 5 was going to show up with something Deca Police related.
Oh my
Seeing as they
goodness,
pushed that
like
out to
they are
next year, I'm like,
so
say something.
quiet.
I'm confused about that company.
But
Yeah.
Level 5 always does this. I literally was just talking to somebody about this. Level 5 drops bangers, but they suck at marketing. Like,
Yeah.
Professor Layton wouldn't be where it's at if Nintendo Directs didn't exist. The Musashi game, the robot fighting game that I found that on a whim on Reddit and found out that was a Level 5 game. And so, but they don't advertise anything.
Yeah,
So I don't know.
That's ridiculous. Listen, I'm gonna say this because I always think I've been waiting for the right time to use this. This is what my as soon as I heard, like, by the end of this whole set of trailers and all that, this is the noise that my wallet made. This is my wallet right here. If you know, you know.
I already
This
know what it is.
my wallet sounded like this.
Right.
Oh my god. Yep.
Dying.
Oh
my
my
goodness.
Why you strangling me? Yeah, man. Yeah, Geronimo, how did you feel about the overall?
I gotta give it up to everyone involved to make the Summer Game Fest what it is.
Right.
This was probably the best one overall in years, like just across the board. I mean, I know we talked about some of these last week, but it's this week. State of Play was very good. I'll give it up to Sony for this year. They've done 2 State of Plays this year. That I forgot. I think the first one was like in February or something like that. Both of them have been very good. So I think they finally figured out the cadence. As far as third party, the 2 or 3 first party joints. And it's okay. So for State of Play, looking back. The Wolverine opening was good.
Mm-hmm.
I need to see more of that game. I'm not sold on day one for it yet. And it's not so much as like, oh, it's too gory, or I think I just need to see a bit more of what they're going for with this mutant story.
Yeah,
because from what I understand, the X-Men does not exist in this game's story, even though it's in the same universe as the Insomniac Spider-Man's, this and the other. Jean Grey, her fit is I don't know, it just seems kind of basic.
Yeah,
that's the best way to put it. It's not too mean. It just seems a little too basic. I need my mutant characters to be, rocking some outlandish, vibrant attire.
right.
And she looking like the Bryan Singer X-Men trilogy from the early 2000s, and we're past that. We can put mutant character, we can put X-Men characters in bright colors, and folks will get in the theaters. But anyway,
Right.
that's just me ranting on that. But yeah, but the overall looks good. It's just I need to see more before I'm like the day one territory. Kamuri, the game from the new studio Unseen. Yeah, I looked at that again, and they haven't put out any more gameplay because it's still very early and everything on their YouTube. But yeah, that the more I look at it, the more I'm like, yeah, I'm really vibing with that type of an action game, and definitely curious to see how the co-op aspect of that goes, because it's going to be 3-player co-op.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's going to be like a more traditional like Devil May Cry, Bayonetta action type of game, or like Ninja Gaiden action type of game, or if it's going to be kind of like the Hoyoverse type joints with like the Zenless Zone Zeros and all that. I'm not sure if it's going to be one of those types, so I'm definitely curious to see more. What else did they show? Oh yeah, Boncho the Chef. Looking back on that, and then Jack, you giving me the rundown on Dave the Diver from last week.
Yeah,
I am interested in that. I'm pretty sure that's just going to be like a 1 year exclusive, time exclusive, and then it'll appear in a Switch to Direct and later on. So I'm perfectly fine waiting on that. The Marvel Tokon announcement was very cool. Very cool to see Green Goblin and Carnage in a fighting game.
Yeah.
Very very cool. I know that's heavy handed with the Spider-Man Rogue Gallery, but I don't care. Spider-Man
Right.
is amazing. And of course, Magneto. Magneto had to be there because it's a tag fighter. But I do like how they did this Magneto. He's not just doing, the purple waves like a Capcom fighter. He's like actually forming up bits of metal and making weapons and fighting like that. So it's very cool. So we just need the Ghost Rider team after that, which I'm guessing will be like Blade and a couple others.
Yeah.
I'm into the new God of War, Lao Fei. I know that was a 20-minute long a 20-minute long video, which it's bold to do that. But from looking at it, that definitely was like the first 20 minutes of that game.
Yeah.
I think since then, supposedly, I think what's his name? Jason Schreier was kind of teasing, or not teasing. He was kind of hinting that even though they didn't have a date or year, they're aiming for next year. So we'll see when Sony wants to confirm that or not for us in the future. But overall, that's shaping up pretty good. It was a very confusing trailer, mostly because the locale, while it was cool looking, it was really far out. But from what I understand, it seems to be their universe's Afterlife for the Gods. And I don't know if it's just God of Wars or God of Wars. I don't know if it's just specific, deities of war or not. We'll have to see. But the combat, she got them ups. She can do air combos like Kratos did on the PS2 and PS3 days. So that's very nice to see. I'm looking forward to that as well. So I will be turning my PS5 on a few more times next year.
Just a couple more.
I say that, I'd say like half jokingly, but I still play Star Wars on it today. But yeah, I thought there's some other things in there that I was missing out. It's been a while. It's been a week now. Summer Game Fest was very strong. I feel like with Summer Games Fest, it really just hinges on what games are far along enough and have trailers that they can pay Jeff to showcase. Capcom and kind of Square with the hard carry with that one. Of course, confirming the new Resident Evil Veronica remake, that's big. And then Tifa and Street Fighter 6, that's crazy. RIP Tekken, low key, that's crazy because everyone wanted her in Tekken, not this, but
right.
Basing off of how that video went about, I'm thinking she might be like a Rekka character, meaning for us, for like Smash Brothers, how you have to constantly, like if you play Marth or Roy in any of the Super Smash Brothers, where it's not just you press a button, you have to like do left or right and press B to do certain movements. That's kind of like how I'm thinking she will play in Street Fighter. And I'm guessing they're gonna have her also have the materia. I think they're gonna incorporate some materia in her moveset there too. So I don't know how exactly they're gonna do that. Maybe it'll just be some basics like Faraga or Blizzaga or something. Yeah. But we'll I'm definitely looking forward to that whenever we get there. But as far as Summer Games Fest as well, what was that one game? The Crossfire one? Yeah. That one looked intriguing. Yeah. That one's intriguing. It seems to be, I think it's a single player. Did they say it was co-op? It looks co-op.
I'm not entirely sure.
I don't remember.
I think we spent more time singing the song than
paying
attention to what was going
on. Right. Yeah. But that looks intriguing to me. What was the other game that was on there? It's like with a vampire or something. The Daywalker?
Yeah,
that looked kind of cool. Yeah, Dawn, thank you. That's Dawn Walker. Dawn Walker, one of those. This morning and we walking. Right. We vampires. There we go. Yeah, that one looks good.
Oh no. Oh, there he is. Okay, I was gonna say, oh no.
Oh, I got it. This is AT&T hating again. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, Final Fantasy VII Revelation, we got that confirmed. I mean, it was kind of like it wasn't the state of play. Obviously, it was going to be at Summer Games Fest, but glad they did show up there. It looks really good. I don't have any, I never played the OG FF7, so all this is brand new to me. Vincent, I now understand why people are hype about Vincent. He does appear to be that dude.
Yeah, he's a character.
He seems cool. Yeah, he seems cool. Yeah, so, and it seems they're doing like the clothing class changing system. I heard that some previous Final Fantasies had that too, so that's very cool. They say it'll spring next year. So honestly, how I'm gonna plan out playing Rebirth, I think I mentioned it last week, but I'll mention it again since we're talking about it. I'm gonna wait until like later in the year to start it, and I understand the game is pretty lengthy. So I plan on, once I finish Rebirth, hopefully it'll be within the time frame of Revelation dropping, so I can just roll directly into that. So we'll see about that. Xbox shows good as well. Honestly, Xbox shows the past June, like summer showcase times, have been pretty good. Past few years, I'd say. Halo had a good showing. I still feel the type of way. Yet another Halo remake, but I understand why. I understand the intent of this Halo remake. It's because it's their first Halo that's not in their Slipstream engine.
Yeah.
Their proprietary. It's an Unreal Engine 5, and it does look great. Like visually looks great. It's we've all played it. We were familiar with the missions. They're adding some new prequel missions. That seems pretty cool, and it's bringing back space combat, which is the first time Halo's had space combat since, I want to say, Halo Reach. When did that come out? 2010, 2011, one of those years. It's been too long. That's basically what it means. So that looks cool. I don't know. That's another, like, I don't know. A lot of the remakes are they're not priorities to me, but they're interesting. I'm more so, curious to see how the PlayStation 5 crowd picks it up, because it does have a third person mode, which I saw people on Twitter saying, so why are they doing that? That's not Halo. And it's like, you're exposing yourself because you did not know that originally Halo in development way back when was going to be a third person shooter. But hey, it is.
And also too, it's like some people, and I know it's just online, they don't want a game to evolve at all. Like, let them try something different. Goodness gracious.
I'm gonna just be on. I think I'll be on the sideline for the Halo Combat Evolved. I just want to see how well it does. If it does get a newer audience on PlayStation side, it's just a lot of baggage. Halo has a lot of baggage as a franchise.
Outside of Call of Duty, what shooter survived on PlayStation?
None of them.
No.
Yeah.
I liked Resistance Fallen Man on PS3.
I like Killzone and Resistance too, but we see what happened with them.
Yeah, they died out really fast. And it's funny because the Sony fans would be like, "Ain't nobody playing those games. Call of Duty is where it's at. Y'all weak for the blah 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 blah."
It's like Call of Duty been everywhere.
Yeah,
and it's about to come back to Nintendo and put a lot of them folks on fraud watch, but they don't want to have that conversation.
Yeah,
they're gonna just say we're cheating. Or
don't use the mouse controls. That's cheating. Don't use the mouse controls.
It's like a PC player. That ain't right with consoles. Like, all right, bro.
Okay.
Combine these games $70, $80, $90 year on year.
This by default, my friend. This default controllers. What you talking about?
Exactly. Yeah. No shooters on PlayStation have survived, and they have not. Well, I mean, Concord was they were trying to make that the one, but it was not. No, it was not the one. Even playing that beta way back when, I was like, this game is fine, but it's missing some seasoning. It looks good, but when you take a bite, you're like, kind of bland. So, and that's why it's
where's the seasoning?
Where's the seasoning? Exactly. So yeah, but yeah. Xbox show is good though. I really like the showing for Fable. Cool to see. What is her name? The actress. She's Agent Carter in the MCU. But cool to see her. They got her likeness as, like, it seems like she's the main villain. She's a good actress, so shout out to them. That's good. I'm actually really excited for the new Fable. That might be a day one next year on PC. I'm actually really excited for that. And then, like we said, Gears had a great, showing there. I didn't watch the Gears Direct. I heard it was really good there too. I just never doubled back and watched it. So
it was cool. Well, man, if you've seen Gears, you saw that Direct.
Okay, cool. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, you ain't missed nothing.
All right, bet. All right, cool. All right, so yeah, Gears look good. Spyro is back. I'm glad to see Spyro is back. Toys for Bob is working on it. I think Toys for Bob did the Crash 4 game, right? Was that them, or was that somebody else that did?
Toys for Bob? Yeah, they did get Crash 4.
Okay, so they did the new Crash 4. It's about time. Okay, cool. So yeah, hopefully Spyro 4 does not have a Crash 4 situation where everybody and their mom and them, their uncle and them, get the remake trilogy and then don't show up for 4.
Right.
I hope that doesn't happen to Spyro too, but Pepperidge Farm remembers. But overall, good, cool to see it, and it's coming to Switch 2 day one, I believe. So that'll be nice.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm trying to think other stuff that was there. We did see Clockwork Revolution again, which was funny because I kind of wasn't sure if we were gonna see that again, but we did. So I'm interested in that. Um, we talked about it earlier, and I'm blanking. Oh, the new Senua game. That one's
Oh,
intriguing to
Senwa,
me.
yeah.
That one was very
Yeah.
intriguing because it felt like it was really quick. Like I feel
Mhm.
like maybe I'm misremembering, but it felt like Hellblade 2 came out like only 2 years ago. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, I
Maybe
think it just didn't
3?
it didn't have a lot of legs for sure.
Yeah, it just
Yeah.
seemed
Forever
like
to
it.
come out.
That game to me, and I hate to be reductive, but that game really
Yeah, that
just
was
seemed
2 years ago.
okay. It was too
Okay.
okay. Cool. I wasn't sure if it was like like a late 2023 and it was blending internet. Okay. Um, Hellblade 2 to me, and again, I don't mean to sound reductive, but that game just seemed like a friggin' like an independent film
Mhm.
festival type thing. Like
Mhm.
it was just heavy on the presentation, heavy on the experience, but the gameplay was lacking.
Yeah.
And to see them kind of, I feel like they're kind of swinging the other way and going, which I do appreciate, much heavier into, oh yeah, we're gonna give Senua the hands and actually just be fighting more so. That was the
Yeah.
impression I got from the trailer. And it's also interesting they just dropped the Hellblade title. It's not even
Mhm.
on some like it's the subtitle now. It's gone. Now the third
Yeah.
one's called Senua. So I don't know if that's a thematic thing or a narrative thing from two
I
that
think
I
it's
missed.
switch of a style because something tells me this third one ain't gonna be like the first two.
Okay. I
Yeah.
respect it
Feeling it's
then.
gonna be more combat heavy than anything.
I
I will
respect that.
say too that along with that, this one, like between Hellblade 1 and Hellblade 2, they look like generational like changes
Mhm.
between those two games, and this
They
one
do.
was like, dang, maybe my eyes are blurry or something, but this don't
Those
look like there's a transformative change to this. It looks kind of more
Like you
like,
got to start dumbing it down. Like they were
yeah,
focused on
I mean,
visuals and sound, and now hey, you got to focus on gameplay at this point now.
yeah,
yeah, and then again, I'll applaud them for it because I mean I'm a gameplay first type of person, and not to say
hmm
if someone I do play some story stuff from time to time. I do dabble in a visual novel here and there, you know what I mean. But
hmm
like, yeah, just I don't know. Every time they show Hellblade 2, it just looked like okay, story time.
hmm
Nothing ever compelled me to want to actually cause when I had Game Pass at the time, never to download it and try it out. But for Senua, Hellblade 3, yeah, gameplay. So that's intriguing. I'll keep an eye on it for sure. I feel like I'm blanking on something else that was to the Xbox. Oh yeah, the Crazy Taxi.
Mhm.
That game gave me whiplash. One, because of the AI stuff, and I understand their AI usage, and I'm not a fan of it,
Mhm.
but I'm not gonna harp on. I'm not gonna be preachy about it. Personally, I'm not super big on AI usage in gaming.
hmm
If someone else is cool, I'm not gonna be the annoying online type. Be like, here's why you shouldn't, and give like bullet points or whatever. I just find it weird that it feels like to me Sega's going that route, maybe because they either didn't bother to hire people that were passionate to make a new Crazy Taxi like they wanted to,
yeah,
or something. It's odd. It's odd. But really, most of my deflation of the new Crazy Taxi is not even the AI stuff anymore. Been there, done that. I understand what it's about, what it's not. I saw some gameplay because it was on
Mhm.
what they call it, Days of Play, the little section for all
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
journalists
yeah.
and folks to play it. And I
Yeah.
hmm
actually saw
Day of
like
Devs, yeah.
I saw some, yeah, day devs, yeah. And I saw some gameplay of it. It's missing the sense of crazy. It's missing the sense of speed. You get running like you go fast, yes, and you do stop a lot and you do like side mission racing or whatever.
Mhm.
But the sense of speed and moving around, downhill and all around that version of San Francisco, it's lacking in some way to me. It's lacking.
It's definitely different. It's
It's
not.
lacking. Yeah.
I
This is
thought
where
they
I'm at.
were.
Okay.
I was just gonna say I thought they were literally on the Sonic 2 level, like the way it was like going down. I'm like,
City. I mean, are you talking about
Yeah,
Adventure 2?
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, City
See,
Escape
that's
is
how the
basically
first
just
one
San
is.
Francisco.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
But
is basically just
the one thing
yeah.
I'm kind of like in the middle of, am I okay with how, I'm not gonna say stiff, but how tightened it is now? Because Dreamcast, it was loose as all get out. Like you could
Yeah, and in
easily
the arcade cab too.
spin, and then you can get to a building and start pow 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 pow,
Yeah.
all over the place.
Yeah.
I love
Hey,
that.
Golly,
that
man,
thing
you're
was loosey goosey, bro.
Get
But
off me.
I don't
You
know.
had
Maybe
to.
I would prefer that because while yes, that added some excitement to it, I'm not gonna act like that didn't cause frustration
Oh
yeah.
yeah,
of
for
how
sure.
loose it was. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I'm right there with you. They are stuff I don't care anything about. Especially, I mean, you handle those assets however you handle it. Unless somebody comes out and say, "Hey, you stole my stuff," that's a little bit different. But I'm not going to condemn all AI just because it's AI. But yeah. So I mean, but yeah, as far as driving them with you, like something seems like it's missing, and maybe it's just like they got some time.
Yeah.
And then maybe they're
So
gonna
I'm not
open
writing
up,
it off completely.
right?
It's just more
Yeah,
like
maybe they're gonna let
a
us test it
mix.
out
Yeah.
and see. Because like I said, we've seen a lot of developers do that. Like, hey, we kind of got 2 builds here. Which one you like? Like, you don't like this? All right, cool. We got another one for you. But I don't know how I would feel about that loosey goosey situation as what we used to have. But I do like the idea of like the challenges and the arcade stuff that they got. I
that's
would
cool.
love to see some of my other characters. I didn't think it was gonna be a single character thing, like a story mode from him.
Where my guy BD Joe at? Where he at?
Yeah, maybe
Where my guy at?
maybe he can be a character in the game after you beat some stuff. But yeah, I didn't expect this to be like a sole focus on Axel type thing.
Yeah, and I guess the female character, or whatever. Yeah. So Sega being Sega, you know they monkey paw.
Right.
Love Sega to death, but monkey paw with them sometimes. But yeah, yeah, that was Xbox show. Oh, and they ended on Call of Duty, which meant I turned the stream off. So, so really, whatever was before Call of Duty, that was the end of the stream for me. So now I know Call of Duty is going to end. Like, to me, it seemed like they're going to end every Xbox show Call of Duty. I know that the shows are shorter than me. I just turn it off, and that's that.
Mhm.
Oh, it's now a 2-point game. That's crazy. Okay, but the Knicks Spurs game. But yeah, and then of course bring it right back at the traditionally, even from the E3 days, Nintendo is usually Tuesday morning.
Mhm.
They usually Tuesday morning of the traditional E3 week. They came through the direct, and then I know we all live reacted to it. It was a great time. And I caught some of the Treehouse. I only watched the Splatoon Raiders one, which really wasn't a lot.
It really
We'll
wasn't.
probably have to, it was, and they were just like, "Hey, here's your character. Here's this," and I was like, "Okay,
Mhm.
I'll see y'all the Splatoon Raiders direct. I understand. That's not. This is not too long. I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you. But yeah, no. The direct was great. Actually, now I want to ask y'all a quick question because you know I it made me think. It made me think about if this was a good decision to open with. But how'd y'all feel about opening with Rhythm Heaven Groove? Do y'all think that was a good opener? Or do you think there should have been something else and have Rhythm Heaven come in a little later?
Because Rhythm Heaven's right around the corner. Like
Yeah.
you go ahead, you show that off and get it out the way. You know, because I mean that's one of the, if you remember, that was one of our biggest complaints, or not ours, but one of the biggest complaints that you would hear when we were making that transition from 3DS to Switch. Of like, oh, you know, why are we still getting 3DS games? Why are we still seeing this? It's like, hey, we still got gas in the tank. Go ahead and get it out the way, so that way everything from here on out, you go ahead and you know what's coming to Switch 2.
Right.
So I mean, I would say go ahead and knock it out, especially with it being so close. Like that's literally a month away.
Yeah.
Cool.
I would agree too, because it and two, that's not the biggest, like if you look at the rest of the games that they showed off, yeah, there were some other games that I would probably lump into like, and this is not a lot of people's games, like Hello Kitty. But like to get that, I feel like pacing wise for this whole thing, I think it was probably better to do it at the very beginning, especially with the games that came like right after it. It
Only
like,
Musha.
Yeah, like for a person who's like not hyped about those games, like the first thing you're gonna be is like, oh, they're gonna show us Rhythm Heaven, and then next is like, oh, okay, so we talk a third party. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so yeah, I think for pacing points, I think it was a really good move.
Okay, cool. Now, honestly, I I agree. I just was curious if any if any of y'all kind of changed your tune on it over the days.
Nah.
Yeah, yeah, I'm pretty much on the same page with y'all. Well, outside of me just being a Rhythm Heaven fan, but yeah, it told me that they wanted to get it out the way because they've
Mhm.
already established where they'll say, hey, these games are for Switch and Switch 2, or these games are just Switch, and this time it was just Rhythm Heaven, and
Yeah.
that tells me, because not just Nintendo is the directs are not just glorified ads. It's kind of the way I look at it as a way of what Nintendo's trying to communicate to us
Yeah.
about the near future
Mhm.
outside of release dates. And that told me that Rhythm Heaven is the last Switch 1 game made by Nintendo, straight up. I think they're all in on
Yeah.
Switch 2 games going forward.
Yeah.
Which is good because I feel like the 3DS Switch transition took a little longer.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I
it
think it
definitely
did.
did. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it did. Outside like Pokemon, they're Game Freak's on their own clock, but but yeah, but yeah, cool. It was cool. I liked that they added that kind of that little what they call it, the RPG light mode. It reminded me,
Oh, it's a Rhythm Heaven.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool because
Yeah.
before there's just a collection of like rhythm mini games, and that's fun
Mhm.
and everything. And even outside of the quirkiness, that might not be enough for some, but I do like that they added an additional mode, and it remind me of what was that game called on the 3DS? Find Me with Street Pass. It
Okay.
kind of gave me
Mm.
those vibes of like it's very basic, simplistic, but they added the rhythm, aspect of like doing moves or
Mhm.
healing and stuff, so it keeps it active. It reminded me a little bit of that, so it's really cool. But yeah, Nintendo Direct. Yeah, I think that was probably their best one in quite some time. And I'm happy to say that I was really, really interested in a lot of the third party here. Like, Onimusha got the confirmation. Because I definitely was seeing some people online in Nintendo circles on like forums. They were kind of like sweating. They're like, where's Onimusha?
Mhm.
Is Capcom forsaking us? And I was like, hey man, you gotta have patience, bro. You
Yep.
gotta
Yeah.
you gotta have patience. We're just a year into Switch 2. You gotta have
But
patience.
but that I think that's the thing that bothers me the most, and that's why I stay off of Twitter so much, because
Yeah, same.
a year time frame to them makes it seem like it's been out for 5 years. I was
Right.
like, and then even
Yeah.
then, like a lot of this direct got discredited because they was like, oh, it was either games we knew about or they were ports or third party games that we already played. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
Nintendo Direct for people that have the platform and people they want to bring over. So if you already have multiple consoles, this probably wasn't for you. You probably wouldn't get excited unless you like the portable nature of it. But at the
Mhm.
same time, this narrative of if it's a port or a remake of a port or older game, or if it was something we had already heard about and it was only like getting a date or something that shouldn't have been here, then most of the game shows wouldn't have had anything.
Right. Right.
Exactly.
Like we
Right.
wouldn't
Yeah.
have seen Wolverine. We would have
Mhm.
seen a lot of games at these showcases. Like these showcases are not just for brand new games to get announced. Sometimes it's announcements for dates. You get, hey, play tests. When we talk about Dust Bloods, like, hey, we're getting ready to set you up with a play test so you can actually play the game and try it out. You will get your new announcements, and then also you have to factor in if you are a Switch 2 owner or a only Switch 2 owner, you are excited to see these third parties come over.
Yeah.
Because you've been
Yep.
told for a better part of 10 plus years, your console can't handle this. So now I have a device that can do it, and I don't have to compromise by buying a brand new console.
Mhm.
It's
Yep.
that's what they're supposed to do. I think people forget what business is. Like I don't like I
Yeah,
have
they
to sell
like
you my console.
exactly like this is the replacement of the old in-person E3 format where we got all the glitz and
Mhm.
glam as just us fans at home. They over there not sleeping for 3 days at a time, just trying to cover everything on the ground floor and in the back, and then even
Yeah.
behind closed doors. GameStop was there.
Yep.
All those people, all the boring businessy stuff that's not really super relevant to us.
Now,
But
one thing I will mention too, that I almost forgot. So, even in the context of like older games, right? How
Mhm.
many times, and y'all let me know if y'all have done this before, how many times have you played a game that's in, let's say, like a second or third entry, and you want to go back and play the first game or the game before that, but you couldn't because it wasn't on that platform?
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's another thing that we are now having the opportunity to do right now. Let's say somebody goes and plays Crash 4. You now have the Crash trilogy on there. Same thing with Spyro. This new Spyro is dropping. The Spyro Reignited trilogy is on the Switch now. Does it need a Switch 2 update? Yeah, it does. But if you don't care, they got the Switch version right now for $10. Like, people act like when these games come out, there's a game that somebody has never heard of.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, well, should I start here? Like we just saw with Persona. There's people online that was like, hey, so to play Persona 6, do I need to play 5? And then even if they don't have to, some people are like, well, let me just jump on 5 real quick. Imagine if 5, all 3 or 4 entries of it wasn't on the Switch or on that platform of your choice. Then now you're like, okay, well, do I need to go get another console to play this game? No, now they've brought all those older games, seeing as we got, time frames on games now, that they could go and add to the console. So that way you can go and have that whole library loaded and ready to go. So you can go and back play if you want to, and, just jump into the new game. And now you're a fan of the series. But, everybody's perfect on Twitter, and I tend to forget.
Right.
Man, they played everything.
Right.
Twitter. Not a real place.
It's
not a real place. It's funny over there. Real quick, I saw Jay Biggs mention. Okay, so I want to touch on that. He said I wouldn't mind Switch 1 remastered of Metroid Prime 2 and 3.
I'm right there with you.
Princess. Yeah. Okay, what I mean by saying this is the last, Rhythm Heaven Groove is the last brand new Switch 1 game by Nintendo. That's what I think. I would not be surprised if let's say in the September Direct they announced Prime 2, 3 HD getting how the Mario Galaxy treatment. Like, they just have, you can buy both for 60 or 50, or you can buy each one for 20 or whatever they want to do, 25, whatever. Right. But those are Switch 1 games that will have Switch 2 enhancements, like the Galaxy.
Yeah.
I can see something like that. Yeah, but as far as brand spanking new, someone on Twitter being like, "Why is Nintendo wasting resources on Rhythm Heaven when we need a new Mario?" I don't think we're really. That's not a thing. Going forward, but that's just my speculation. Yeah, but someone, bless you, but someone I'm sure with a Twitter account did say that in the past 7 days.
Yep, they really did.
I'm sure. But yeah, going back through, okay. The Onimusha announcement, very cool. I was kind of wondering about it. I wasn't thinking, I was either thinking, okay, it was at, it was what, State of Play, it was at the Summer Games Fest. But I was either it is on Switch 2 and it's just at the Direct, or somehow, some way, their dev pipeline just didn't line up and it just so happens a later release. But shout out to Capcom, day and date.
Hey,
day and
they showing up and showing out.
Right.
Yeah, and I want to make a point about Capcom and some others at the end of my Direct retrospective or whatever. But yeah. Okay, after that, speaking of Capcom again, Dragon's Dogma 2 Dark Arisen.
Yeah.
I don't I'm blanking because I could have sworn I mentioned on one of our episodes saying I would not be surprised if Dragon's Dogma 2 comes to Switch 2 and it has the expansion on it. And I have to go back and listen. I might not have said it here, I might have just said it on Twitter randomly. But yes, I'm very happy about that. And the expansion is looking great. I'm not going to go through the whole gambit of what it's adding, but overall, Dragon's Dogma 2 is really good. The ending was meh, but everything else about it was good.
I stopped playing it the moment I saw this because I had just kicked it up on Game Pass, and then I was like, "Oh, let me stop."
I am highly considering selling my PS5 copy to put that towards a Switch 2 copy. I'm highly considering it because I've already played through the game, and honestly, those games are for replayability because once you're Arisen, you have the knowledge of the world, you can do extra stuff, and there's some exclusive things in the new game pluses and stuff. But yeah, that expansion is going to be pretty much fixing all the shortcomings of Dragon's Dogma 2, which is great. I think that's October 8th or something, at the first half of October. And
think so because there's too much coming out. There's
a lot. Yeah, no, it's bad. When I went through a list of things I'm interested in, it's not as it's still a longer list, but it's still like dag. I'm something's gonna fall off, and I'm not gonna be
Oh
able
yeah,
to
for
play it
sure.
or
And I'm
get
not
it or
gonna.
whatever.
Yeah, I'm right there with
Yeah, yeah. Other things in the direct that call my interest. Of course the Xenoblade. The good
you. Oh
lord. Like
yeah.
I rewatched the stream on here.
Mm-hmm.
Like just looking at me, and I literally I still can't believe we got all three announced Switch 2 editions
At the
dates
same time.
at the
Yeah.
same daggone
Yeah.
time,
Mhm.
and new content.
Yeah, that
And
racing's been all over my Twitter feed. Like
it
people
is.
racing.
I have tried it. I've been meaning to post some on Twitter. I've been meaning to post some clips. But yeah, it's fun. It's a little unwieldy. But once
Yeah,
you
I
get
would
once
imagine.
you yeah, but once you get into it, it's an additional thing. It's literally something that Monolith Soft was like, why not?
Why not? Yeah.
And
This is
I'm
the first
cool with
time
the why
I'm
not.
kind of upset I didn't. Well, this would be my first time ever triple dipping on a game, but I
Oh
was like,
man.
man, I really want to play it now. And yeah, because I didn't buy it solely because I did the new 3DS version and the
Mm-hmm.
Wii
Oh,
version. So
okay,
I was
okay.
like, yeah, I was like, I'm not
I
buying this game for the third time.
man. I remember one of my friends back in what year was that? 2013. We were working at a fast food restaurant in college, and he's a big Xenoblade fan. He was actually one of the reasons why. Well, one of two reasons why I wanted to try it back then. And
Mm-hmm.
I let me borrow his Wii copy just to start a new file, and it just didn't click with me. I maybe I was too smooth brain in my early 20s and just was not into RPGs like that. I didn't have the patience
Right.
for it. But with the definitive edition on Switch, I gave it a second try for a fresh outlook on it.
Mhm.
And once it all clicked, I loved it. And now here I am talking
Yeah.
about freaking out about all the Xenoblades. So yeah,
Can't
when
find
I
it
saw
cheap
the
though. I can't find
oh
it cheap.
yeah,
I'm trying. I can't.
well you can't just like secondhand for
Yeah,
Switch.
because it's 60 for sure on
60?
this game is expensive, brother. But I'm trying to
Oh
find it second
man.
hand, and I really can't find it cheap like I want it second
I've
hand.
seen it around 40, but it has been a while. So
Oh yeah,
maybe
It
the
ain't going down
resellers might
now.
be maybe the
Right.
resellers might be like they might be updating their eBay listings 50 or something
Oh yeah,
like
because
that.
GameStop's notorious for that crap. Like once they
Oh, yeah.
catch on to the trend, they're like, oh yeah,
Mhm.
we're gonna increase the price. Like we walked into GameStop the other day when I went to go get Metroid for 20,
Mm-hmm.
and they
Mhm.
had what was it, Twilight Princess on the Wii U. They had it for $110. I was like, what are y'all smoking? Like,
Yo, that's wild. The audacity. Yeah,
like
nah,
oh,
never
because it's super popular, but you're not. Like, what is
exactly.
all right, calm down. Stop.
they just flagrant out here. It's crazy.
At like pawn shops. I'm like, you
Right.
you're an
Bruh.
establishment, sir.
It is nutty. It is nutty. I'll keep an eye out if I do see anywhere around 40 or something. 40. I say 40 because I've never seen it below 40, physical or digital. So 40 to me is like, yeah.
I was hoping somebody would be, senile and be on Facebook trying to let it go, but nah, that ain't work.
Yeah, that's yeah. So I had and then Xenoblade 2 and Xenoblade 2, that's at the end of July. I believe that's when that the Switch 2 edition comes out. That's gonna be major for all the reasons we've all talked about countless times. But in addition to just resolution and 60 frames, that mode where you can play as the blades, that's very cool. That's very cool because there's some blades that are, you get early on, or as people call it, the pity blades. I think they do the pity blade system where you get some of the basic ones and you kind of stop using them halfway through because they can't keep up. Now I feel like I would hope all of those blades, you can use them in whatever mode that is and just kind of use their moves. That's cool. I'm definitely going to be trying that out for sure. I might actually continue my New Game Plus of that of 2, because that game needed the visual glow up.
Yeah,
and then three, I believe. Oh shoot, when did is that December? When did they say 3 is getting it switched to?
December
Was that
3rd,
December?
I think it was.
December 3rd.
Like
okay, December 3rd. Okay, cool. That's actually good. Unless something else randomly gets announced for December. But yeah, that's really good. That seems to have some top-down mode. I'm not sure if that's like a dungeon crawling top-down mode, like Diablo-esque, I want to say, or if it's like some roguelike thing. Because I remember in the segment on the direct, they showed that, and then they had like these 3 selections for something with your characters. I got double check it. Curious about that too. I mean, honestly, I really feel like 2 is the main event here as far as these Switch 2 editions.
Yeah.
Then 1 and then 3. I mean, all of them are gonna get a glow up regardless, but 2 is gonna be crazy, especially in the handheld mode. And of course we got Xenoblade Genesis. I'm really excited for that. I don't know if that's like the fabled medieval IP that everyone was kind of talking about online the past several years
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
with that one chick with the sketch or whatever. I'm not sure. That might be the game because this is medieval, pretty much medieval fantasy, lean towards it. Some things I do like about that I was able to catch after rewatch. And I guess it helped because I played Xenoblade 1 a little bit and remembered, oh, that's the Wii graphics for the grass and stuff.
Yeah.
This game's grass is definitely a much higher fidelity than than the trilogy or X. So that's really nice because Monolith, so they kind of have their style of doing grass in their landscapes. I noticed.
Yeah.
2, and this is something I actually didn't realize until I caught another stream. Shout out to GK's stream. He was talking about when they showed the part where the main girl was walking in like the school grounds.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't really dawn on me until then. Xenoblade doesn't really do many like major interior areas outside of like dungeons. Like most time is you're outside or you go through a short cave to lead somewhere else that's outside, or to lead to like a secret place and you fight super boss or whatever. So I feel like that's cool that they're like actually developing true interior places. I noticed they got more of the modern lighting techniques and stuff. So and I also think this trailer is low-key a red herring. I think the next time we see this game, they're gonna flip it on its head, and we're gonna see the combat, and it's gonna go crazy. That's gonna be not what we're expecting. I think that school is toast in the first 10 hours of the game at most. I don't think it's gonna be a Fire Emblem Three Houses, but Xenoblade. Yeah, I don't know. I really high hopes for that, and I'm also curious how the world is designed because it's kind of got that interior spherical look, almost like a Halo Ring world. That looks really cool. But after that, of course, what were the other announcements at the direct? We had the sizzle reel of things. They showed Warhammer Space Marine 2. That sticks out to me because that game is a heavy CPU. That's a CPU heavy game on consoles and PC because of all the stuff that's going on in the background. So that's going to be a very interesting game to just watch and see how it comes out. Liza P, confirmation that's cool. So pretty much August has Liza P and Elden Ring for the FromSoft or the Souls-like fans. That's pretty good. That's very good. It looks like it's coming with all the DLC. Complete cartridge if you're if you're into that physical, all that good stuff. So that's cool. The overall it was just a really good selection of titles overall, just really good selection. And of course we ended off with the cardinal sin has been forgiven. Kingdom Hearts is native on Switch 2 now. And Switch 1, which is crazy. They thought they can get away with it.
Right.
But that to me, that's not forgiven then. That's not forgiven.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. But yeah, now I'll say this. If you bought the cloud ones, I'm sorry, but you got finessed.
Yeah, you did.
you kind of got finessed, like Bungie convincing Sony to buy them for billions of dollars. But anyway, I just like to say that because I'm petty. But no, at the very least, they did double back and they did re-release. They're all available now, natively. That's great. We got the Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer, which was wild. Still can't believe that happened. I did go back and see on Twitter some people were, they went to console warrior mode and was like, why wasn't it shown at the state of play where it deserves to be shown? It's like, okay, whatever, bro. Like, all right. But yeah, that's the same opening area we've been seeing the past 4 years. Cool. That's going to be day and date on Switch 2. Will it be good? Who knows? So we'll have to find out when we get close to that time. They want to actually release the daggone thing. And of course, ending on the heavily rumored, heavily leaked Ocarina of Time remake. I really sat on that teaser, and I shared with some of my friend group, and some of them were like, we don't like the art style. And then I looked at it again, and I'm glad he did a teaser. I'm glad he did a teaser for this game, because this tells us, I mean, I know it's not going to be 100% like this, I'm sure. But to me, what Nintendo was conveying was, yes, we're remaking Ocarina of Time again.
Mm-hmm.
The art style is going to be what you don't expect.
Mm-hmm.
And when we want to show it to you again, we're going to show you that. And I do think they're going to make some bigger changes to the game.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they're going to make some. It's not
For
going to be on
sure.
some one-to-one remake. This is not like a. And I think, I'll give this remake some grace as far as we're in this. There's a lot more remakes nowadays. The Knicks did it. Wow.
Yeah,
Knicks
they
in
did
5.
it.
94-90.
I will
There
say
it
this.
is.
I tell you one thing, because I can't watch it, but I was trying to look at the play-by-play. The play-by-play is delayed and horrible. Like, I'm like, what is going on? Like, that play-by-play was awful.
Yeah, it's a
But
mess.
yeah, they did it 94-90. Yeah,
They did it.
they new champions. That's
They
crazy.
did it. And
They won again.
And now
That's
they
it.
That's
They're the
that's
champions.
embarrassing.
They literally did this before. Like they clutched in really the fourth quarter.
Yep.
The third quarter kind
That's-
of
They always start off down because when we came on, they were like, what? It was 15-30 something.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
yeah,
The
they
gap
came back
wasn't as
94-90.
the gap wasn't as crazy as game 4. Oh, they showing New York TSC or is that it doesn't matter. Good luck New York NYPD.
I don't want to be. I wouldn't want to be in New York right now.
Yeah.
Y'all better have extra coffee machines. You better have the coffee places bringing you stuff, caffeine.
Yeah.
The jail's about to be packed. It's over.
Watch out.
We about to get like 6 side talk videos by Monday. We about to get a whole movie from Side Talk NYC on YouTube.
Watch out.
But congrats.
Yeah, that hurt.
The Spurs did what did.
Dang,
really well.
Sandstorm, what happened?
I'm sorry.
The Spurs.
Yeah, listen. I don't really care for either one of those teams, but
I don't really much either.
I didn't.
But, you know.
Yeah, it is what it is.
It is what it
they,
is.
Wembyama and the team flaked. They flopped.
Yeah. I mean, the Spurs will be there. They'll be in the playoffs again. But you know.
Yeah.
Good game. Good luck, New York tonight. Y'all gonna need it. It's about to be crazy.
I'm down here in Florida. I am not
about to be
foolishness.
It's about to be crazy. It's about to be a movie. We outside and all that. But anyway, Ocarina of Time remake. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the next showing for that game. Once again, I'm not in the I'm about to be day one because I want to see what's new to convince me to want to play through Ocarina of Time again. But some of the things I've thought about, everything on Kakariko Village is about to be spooky as I don't know what. The well is about to go crazy. Bongo gotta look like disgusting, gotta look grotesque. Those weird what are those weird fleshy things that they're like weird fleshy white and red googly ghoul things. They have like the arms out grab Link. Those need to be creepy too. I need to see Castletown as a town like Twilight Princess. Maybe adding that cut dungeon from that they were originally gonna put in Ocarina of Time. And then make the Lost Woods feel like a woods you about to get lost in. I mean, obviously it's gonna be just a labyrinth, but make it really woodsy.
Right.
Curious when we're gonna see it again. I don't know if it'll be September Direct. I don't know if it'll be before that, randomly on the app. We wake up one morning until today. I don't know, but yeah, that'll be cool to see. The Direct was really good. If you're a person that only played 3D Mario, I'm sorry, bro. You're gonna have to kind of branch out, and you're gonna have to wait a bit longer. Nintendo's gonna make you wait. They're gonna make you wait, which for the brand new 3D
you should
Mario.
want to, right? Like
you should.
You put years on it. Granted, yes, it's been a while since Odyssey dropped. Now, all the other Marios that got introduced and dropped in between, y'all don't like to count them, but it's still like there was a lot of Mario games. Like 2D is the original, because I saw somebody was like, "Oh, Wonder's a spinoff." I'm like, but how? Like, we're talking about like an original. 2D is the original, not 3D. So I don't know how Wonder's a spinoff, but yeah, to me, hold off Mario as much as possible, solely because this system is selling wonderful. We're getting a lot of games that's getting a lot of attention before Mario shows up, because we know when Mario show up, it's kind of like GTA. Like, everybody got to clear out. Is Mario time.
Yeah.
So like,
that's really it.
You got to move. You're not locking up with Mario. But yeah, I would say hold off. Now, granted, if the rumors are correct and Mario is next year,
Mhm.
I'm not a happy camper if it is, because now we have Fire Emblem next
Oh yeah.
year, Mario next year, and
Well, no,
Pokemon
no.
Winds and Waves next year.
Fire Emblem is this September,
Oh
which
yeah,
I'm
Fire
glad
Emblem
you
this year.
mentioned.
No, I'm talking about
Yeah.
Xenoblade Genesis is supposed to be next
Yeah,
year.
that's
So
true. Yeah,
so
Yeah.
Xenoblade Genesis is next year. Mario is supposed to be next year. Wind and Waves is supposed to be next year, and that's
that's
the stuff we
three
know
heavy
about.
hitters.
Yeah.
That's
Those are
heavy
heavy
hitters.
hitters. Yeah. And I'm glad you mentioned Fire Emblem because I definitely it's in my mind. 'Cause I don't know why I did, but I did have a point to make with Fire Emblem that we didn't know until after the direct. Uh, Fire Emblem is $80. It's $80.
Which I don't
That's
Yeah.
know why people are surprised.
I
I
well
really don't know.
I didn't expect that to be the next $80 game personally,
I'm
but
curious to see why you think that. Why do you think it wasn't going to be the next 80?
I don't know. I'm not to say I don't think it deserves a higher price tag. I know Fire Emblem has grown a lot
Mm-hmm.
over the generations, and maybe I'm
Yep.
underestimating how well Three Houses sold. And I guess a lot of those people that play Three Houses didn't engage, haha. Um, due to the toothpaste twins or whatever the main
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's just
characters and
two-faced twins.
yeah Colgate and all that uh whatever but yeah I don't know I I don't know I'm not sure. I just it kind of
this
surprised me.
this is why it didn't surprise me at all. Now, I take sales out of it because these games don't really sell that much anyway.
Yeah,
Mhm.
And on record, right now, the last time it was mentioned, it sold 4.1 million copies.
that's still
Now,
pretty good. Yeah.
Right.
right now, the reason why I saw this at 80 was because Fire Emblem, as much as, like I said, sales is one thing,
Hmm.
this is considered a big game for Nintendo. Same
That's
thing
true.
with Xenoblade, because people are going to be surprised. Xenoblade Genesis is probably going to be 80.
I can
And
see it. Yeah.
where I think where it becomes the differentiating factor, and I think a lot of this piece people keep omitting. Nintendo told you until further notice, their games are all going to be on cart.
Mhm.
That's
We've
true. Yeah.
seen indie games, like for example, what was it? Hades 2. Hades
Hmm.
2 is about what, 20 on the eShop,
Mhm.
but then physical is about 50, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's like 20-30 digital around there. But yeah,
Yeah,
it is like $20 more because them carts ain't cheap
they're not cheap.
at
So
all.
my thing is, the bigger the game, the more they put into it, the more it's going to cost. Fire Emblem, while we haven't seen a lot of it, it probably had a decent budget. And then on top of that, we're talking about, once again, these cartridges that Nintendo does not make. So time to time, people said, if you just put it all on cart, Nintendo, we'll pay you more money.
There it is.
Here you go.
Hey, there it is. I
There it
mean,
is. I mean,
granted, yeah, and I didn't really see like, oh, this is bad. It was kind of like oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah,
But that's also
yeah.
because I don't know. I never had the right onboarding to Fire Emblem. I feel like I need to play one of the older ones, like maybe Path of Radiance in the
I
show.
I didn't even like Path of Radiance, even though that's the more critically acclaimed one. I
I
really
think
got
it's
into
okay.
it. Yeah, I'm about to say it gets talked about a lot, but
Yeah.
the Fire Emblem I jumped in on, what was it? I'm blanking, but I know
Was
for a
it
fact like Three Houses is the one that's at the top tier for me. I didn't play Engage, but
okay?
yeah, like Three Houses is top tier for me, and with as much content and at that it was in that game, yeah,
Hmm.
it was, yeah, that's a no-brainer as far as the 80 is concerned. And like, I think honestly it comes down to the pricing of these freaking cartridges, and it could have possibly been a 70-60 split, to where 60 digital, 70 physical, if we didn't have this yet another increase in
Mhm.
Yeah,
inflation.
true.
um People just gotta realize, like, it's just getting to that point to where these games are
Yeah,
going up, and Nintendo and no other business is going to eat the cost for you. They're just not.
Mhm.
They're not going to eat that cost. So I would say, had we talked about this a year ago, yeah, this probably would have been 70-60. But
true.
yeah, with the way prices have gone up, ain't no way in the world this was going to be 70-60. I think from here on out, the big names is going to be 80-70.
Mm.
The big
Yeah,
names.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Because
before this direct, my thinking, based off things that are known things, not so much
Mhm.
rumors or whatever. I was thinking the next $80 title would be when Pokemon Winning Waves. And then they'll
Oh yeah,
bundle both
that
for
that was for sure.
160, and then people are
Yeah.
gonna get mad and
Yeah,
people are gonna
yeah,
buy it and the cycle continues. Um I guess, yeah, Xenoblade, yeah, that'll definitely be 80, and I'm not gonna
oh yeah,
complain because I'm a big Xenoblade fan. I'm
yeah,
gonna pull up day one, whatever. Like, if this time I want to play day one and I got the coin for it, and it's responsible, I'm gonna drop the coin for it. So there you go.
yeah.
Uh
It's just gonna keep getting bigger. I think that's where, yeah, Smash is gonna be stupid.
oh, oh, absolutely.
I'd be surprised if Smash isn't a $90 game. But
That's gonna be interesting to see. No, you know what? They'll have 80 up front, and then they'll on the get go. They'll be like, "Hey, these characters are coming in this pass. Pay up
Mhm.
$100. Let's get it."
And
Uh,
that's only that right there is why a lot of this stuff doesn't bother me. Because on the
yeah.
back end, you already pay $80+ for a lot of these games if you are really interested in the game.
Yes.
If I look back at the games I purchased in the past 2 years, even if I go back to like Dragon Ball Sparking Zero,
Mm-hmm.
I paid $100+ for that game to get it early, along with the deluxe version.
Oh,
I
right. Right.
paid that for it. And if you're paying DLC for a lot of these games, while it may be split over time, you're still paying all that money of like paying that money for that game. It's the same thing with Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong was what, 70?
Yeah.
Donkey Kong was 70.
Yeah.
$20 for DLC. That's a $90 game.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
It does it,
That was something I was saying is like, I mean, obviously I haven't gotten proven right yet, so it's just still my theory.
mhm.
Because we didn't get to see any DLC for Mario Kart, which by the way, that's a shame.
It's
But um, I have a feeling that all the games that are going to be listed at $80 are you're paying the surcharge for a lot of this DLC.
Yeah.
And so it'll come in as a conversation, and that's what it'll sound like is like, oh, you get the new free DLC is coming uh this day and this
mhm,
time or however have you. So I think so for Mario Kart for instance, you'll get the season, the seasons or whatever,
mhm.
and it'll be under the 80.
Mhm.
Um and I think that's how they're going to try and like pull the slick one is like it'll be free DLC um but man, that's complicated because like we paid 50. Technically speaking, we paid 50
Yeah, I pay
for our
50.
Mario
Yeah.
Kart.
Mhm.
But we also
Exactly.
have
Yeah.
Nintendo Online, so it really kind of defeats the purpose of like it's still going to be free for us.
Mhm.
If they decided to put it there, but the free updates will come and it's like you're paying for the updates now or the DLC now instead of later. So it's like we're going to make sure everybody has all the DLC technically speaking. It's just going to come in a free patch instead of you paying 70 or 60 or how much ever and then later down the road you're going to have to pay for extra. I think it's going to be the same way with Win and Waves when they do cuz Pokemon is a big DLC too. They do big
Yeah.
DLCs for their stuff. And then
Yeah.
Fire Emblem does big DLCs for their stuff. So,
That's
uh
right.
it wouldn't be surprising and then Mario Kart does big DLCs for their stuff. So it wouldn't be
Mhm.
surprising if it was going to be that way for those games and then they're just like, "Oh yeah, by the way, you get this all for free." And
Mhm.
in reality is really just paid it already. Uh,
Yeah, your audio cutting out.
Yeah.
uh-oh.
It put you on the
Uh,
water for a second.
okay. It just it just makes sense that it would be like that. Now, if it's not like that, I also wouldn't be surprised. If they were just like these are just $80 games because they're the bigger games and we know everybody's gonna buy them. Um,
Yeah.
Mhm.
but my hope is and my theory is that you're paying 80 because any extra content that they put out after that is going to be quote unquote free. Um, and then and then we just go from there. If that's the case, I don't mind paying $80 for a game, to be honest
No.
with you.
Mm-mm.
Because then that means like all the DLC is going to be is going to be mine. If I had
Be
to
taken
pay
care of, yeah.
$80 for Smash, and we got the same amount of Smash content as we did for Smash Ultimate, like it paid for itself after the first character. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's really kind of a no-brainer in that case. And anybody can cry and whine about $80 games at that point, because I'm like, yo, I'm just paying for my DLC
That's it.
beforehand.
Mhm.
But like I said, that theory hasn't been proven right yet. So
Yeah, that's
I'll be
why
surprised if Grand Theft Auto's 80. I'll be honestly surprised if it's 80.
it would be a okay. Two things for what's the point Sandstorm both of y'all was making. That's why I'm kind of waiting for the Mario Kart world, because I do subscribe to that theory of like that's why the upfront cost is much higher than it was previously. But to me, the one that started Mario Kart World has not received his DLC yet. They've had small updates here and there, like add little things, changing, rebalancing items and stuff like that. But to me, it seems the DLC for Mario Kart World will be a whole landmass in its own set of tracks.
It probably will. Yeah.
That, like at this point, not to say these tracks could independently can just be made within a year or some change. That's the expectation I have now. Like I'm expecting Donkey Kong Island over there or something like that, and then I don't know, Subcon Mario Brothers 2 Island over here, what have you. I'm just spitballing here, but yeah, until for me. To prove all that, we need to see how Nintendo handles that, because they could easily be like, hey, here's Mario Kart World DLC 1, DK Island, $20, take it or leave it.
They easily could, yeah.
They could, and then people are gonna get big mad online. Grifters gonna make their rent money on YouTube with the views and those videos, So it is what it is. But it also could just be, this is a free, or it could be, subscribe to NSO and this will just be free. Like how the booster course passed for $8 a few years back.
And then Zelda. Yeah, Zelda's that way with Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild.
Exactly, those upgrades.
And for those to be the only one is kind of weird.
I think, that is weird. I think they really did that just to kind of, as like a launch bonus. Like I noticed they'll be a little more, PlayStation did this too with PS5. They're like, here's a PlayStation collection. Here's like a dozen games that are either PS5 or their PS4 or PS5 upgrade. Very nice. Get people to want to jump in the first 6 months or so. And they know Zelda has that pull, and they know folks was playing Breath of the Wild in 4K on the Cemu emulator within like the first 3 months. they know Nintendo. They know that we know that they know. They're not dumb. They know. So and that's like a bonus. But anyway, I am really curious how they're gonna handle all the DLC stuff for the $80 games going forward. Splatoon 4, whenever that is, that could be $80 game off the strength of just
that's
Japan
gonna be an $80 game, brother.
Yeah, Japan will cover it by itself, and then here and in Europe, wherever it will just whatever. But yeah, Direct. Sorry, get back on track. Great conversation, but I do want to wrap it up. Okay, so the one thing that this Direct told me in kind of the first year as a whole to switch to for third party, if you like Capcom, Square Enix, Koei Tecmo, Day One, and you want to play on Nintendo's platform, you're good. They've showed up in the past year, a lot of their major games, day and date, or if they were like later released, like the Dynasty Warriors 9 or Origins, whatever one was called, is a very high quality port. Like it's comparable to PS5. You're not getting reduced mob numbers or whatever, stuff like that. So that's good to me. If you're into Atlas and somewhat Sega, I'm gonna put Sega there too, because a lot of the big stuff they announced are not Switch 2 bound for right now. Bandai Namco, and I'm gonna put Konami there too, because we haven't seen Silent Hills yet, or Metal Gear Solid 3 Delta. They do not treat Switch 2 as a day one, same day priority, and that's important to note, in my opinion. In this first year, this has been communicated in this first year. Square has shown up. They've talked about it. Capcom has showed up. Koei Tecmo has showed up. All their smaller games, bigger games, ports, what have you. And that's just Japanese third party. And I only mentioned them because they're, to me, like the big Japanese publishers. Level 5 can be there too when they remember to log in and talk about their games.
Right.
Yeah, when they remember their password or whatever. But you know, they're that and the other. So I think just take that into consideration. We did not see Persona 4 confirmed for Switch 2. Or Persona 6, which I forgot to mention in Xbox, but overall that was just a logo and some spooky backgrounds. Whatever. That's a teaser. Those weren't confirmed. Konami being really weird about the new Castlevania game. Let's keep it a $150. They're being real weird about the new Castlevania. Like, that is a Switch 1 game, but it's later release. Why? Nintendo platforms have been carrying the Castlevania re-releases the past several years. The DS collection, the Game Boy Advance collection, the old school joints from the from Super Nintendo days. Hard carrying, in my opinion. Even got one of the, they got Mercury Steam, who did Lords of Shadows 1 and 2 3D ones. They made Metroid Samus Returns and Metroid Dread bangers.
Yep.
But because of this new one made by the Dead Cells developer with Konami is not day and date, I think that's a miss. Now, I'm not saying a game is going to sell like nothing on the other platforms, but I do think it's a miss overall. And that's something to take note of. And then, Western third party, whatever. I think at this point, we can kind of just say Xbox is a no. Bethesda, maybe. Activision, yes, with Call of Duty, but that's really it for right now. And I guess Spyro. Well, no, I'm not gonna count Spyro. That's a unique situation. But that's important to note for third parties with Switch 2. Who's here day and day? Who wants to come through with their new games? Want our money day one? And those who are like, maybe, or Atlas, well, we might release a Persona later, or Sega. Maybe you'll get Stranger of Heaven, but we paid Xbox for marketing or something like that. So especially for folks in chat, I think it's important to know as we barrel through the rest of the year and they trying to take all our money in the months of September.
Right.
Yeah, but overall, again, to wrap it up, Direct was great. All of them are great. A lot of things that I was interested in. A lot of things that had release dates I'm interested in. For us gamers, the future is bright.
Yeah, I definitely agree. There's just so much content for all of the companies, really. It's just, man, starting off with the state of play and all the games that we got. I'm not I need to see more from Wolverine too. There's some pieces even in that too that I'm like, I know a lot of people are like, oh, you're more critical of Sony than I am a Nintendo, and you're right. Because what I expect from Nintendo is great gameplay over anything. I expect a great story. Now, when it comes to Sony, like if you're gonna give me graphics, then like give me like graphics. You know what I'm saying? And so I think I called this out even when we were watching the state of play. When the Jill podcast was watching the state of play, one thing that I found interesting, and I think you even said it, Geronimo, when we were watching the state of play, is like Wolverine's healing factor was real interesting. So like there's a piece where he like, it looked like it's probably part of the cinematic where he gets, stabbed through the chest. And then that part heals, but like the rest of his like his back, like his suit is just like torn open and he heals. But if you look in the parts before that, like the dude like cuts off a chip of his mask, so the wing part of his mask gets knocked off, and then he's got like this tear down his leg. But then like when the healing factor comes in, both that tear is gone and his wing is back on his mask. And I'm like, how does that work? Like the healing factor works for the whole
it's
suit?
in his clothes too.
Like,
the clothes, they got that tech, man. We don't know about it.
Like that's crazy to me. Like how does that even work like that? But like but like those are the critical things I'm talking about. Because there's sometimes, to be honest with you, like for a perfect example, one of the dopest things that I thought of like when I think of like Budokai 3 or
Mhm.
like when you
Oh, yeah.
beat Goku down or you beat any of the enemies down, like their gear just looks more raggedy, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and so like Goku with the, with the half shirt and everything, and he transforms, that's just a raw look. Like, when Goku got the shirt off, he's like that's his serious mode. You know what I'm saying? Um, but when you see stuff like this, it's just like, dang, like, am I supposed to look clean all the time? Or like, how does that work? Like, that just threw me off. Like, and overall, from a perspective, I think Wolverine just has to show me more of, like, we already know it's going to be a linear game,
And that's
and that's,
great. I mean,
yeah, that's cool. I don't have a problem
mhm.
with that. I think Wolverine should be a linear game. Like, it doesn't make any sense really to me
Mhm.
unless all the other X-Men were involved, that it would be like more of an open world game.
Yeah.
So that it is what it is for that. Lao Fei looks like God of War, the one that I don't really care for. And like Geronimo said, like, if you ain't really care for the other ones, probably not gonna care for this one.
Right.
I
Yep.
I may or may not give it a try when it gets closer to that. But we'll see. I'm I'm not gonna harp on that game. I do one thing I will say that I don't like, and maybe it was you who also said this, Geronimo too, or maybe it was Jay. No, it was you, Jack. It was like, why put us through 20 minutes or 15 minutes of this game of a part that I'm going to play like already, and I see the actions, and actually it made sense to me too, because I'm like, now if I play these like and I don't play it like that, am I playing it wrong? Like, did I not
Mhm.
do it? Do I not do it the right
Yep.
way? And then I have to
Oh, I see.
I
Are you talking
have
about
to
the opening parts, right?
Yeah.
yeah, and then I have to sit
Yeah.
through this part that I already sat through for 20 minutes again because I
Mhm.
had already seen it, and none of this stuff is now a surprise to me. So like, you make it seem like a surprise. Oh, it's a cube. Yeah, I already seen the cube, so I'm not surprised about the
Yeah,
cube.
that cube is that cube
Oh,
is
it's a
weird.
it's a giant it's a giant guy who they had a statue of, who's now whooping on me. Not surprised about how strong he is because I've already seen that already. So like, the
Mhm.
first 20 minutes you actually took away from me. Um when I could have been surprised about that. And even the story on top of that. Like, that's one thing that I give credit to Nintendo and actually to Microsoft, because they didn't make the same mistake too.
Right.
Is that when you show off a game, show me the gameplay and
Yeah.
then talk about what the game is about, instead of showing me cinematics of what the game is about. Because
Yeah.
really, if it's the cinematics from the actual game, I'm going to see that anyway. You know what I mean? Like, you're supposed to be here trying to entice me to pick up the game without telling me a whole lot. I know a whole lot about that game, and I've seen a whole lot of cinematics and not a lot of action. Um, but either way, I think state of play was okay. I think it was all right. Showed a whole lot of third party and not that much exclusive stuff, which we'll get to. We'll circle back to that. We're gonna pin that and circle back to it. Summer Game Fest. That was that that I'm gonna say that was not an amazing showing, but I think they really did a good job in the showing that they did have. Um, a lot of games got announced. They started off with Veronica, which I could have passed on that. Um,
Yeah.
they could have showed me something else on Veronica. Um,
Dang, that's tough. How will the Resident Evil fans be able to deal? They already
Yeah. All
got
right. They
one
just
game.
had what,
They got
3
one
games
game.
get released.
right.
Have a fourth? They can't.
They all right.
Yeah.
All right.
They
I,
will fit.
I will say they are eating in some kind of way. You know what I'm saying? They getting some kind of food. They showed off Star Wars Zero Company, which is cool. It was the actual gameplay trailer, which we hadn't seen before, but it was talked about before. We got Blood Message, which that one was interesting. We thought that was Dynasty Warriors, but clearly it's not. Um, and I think that was an interesting one. We got Mighty Cuphead Adventures that came out of an
Yeah,
announcement
that was
of
pretty cool.
Cuphead 2. That was really cool. Gen Atlas, the giant robot, aka Iron Giant, the video game. That was cool.
Oh yeah,
We
that
got
was a Ueda-san. That was a Team Ico guy.
yeah.
Yeah.
We got Alien Isolation 2, which all right, I'm for it. Stranger Than Heavens, that one, man, how the mighty have fallen real quickly before a game even comes out because
Tupac.
I was
I don't think
yeah,
that went like they thought. I
I
thought
was
they
so
might have felt like they was gonna get a big
All eyes
reception.
on
yeah.
me.
Yeah, right, and not for a good reason.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Putting Snoop in there, like, okay, all right, okay, whatever.
Yeah, Snoop
Okay,
in games.
yeah,
But
whatever. But
Tupac,
Tupac,
that's
you
tacky, bro. That's tacky.
you really
In
pushing
my
it now.
opinion. Yeah.
Let's see, we got what else did they show off? I think that was kind of it for me. Besides, Revelation. Is that the last of the Final Fantasy VII?
Yeah.
Revelation.
Yes, the final
Revelations, yeah.
part.
Mhm.
Yeah, they
Okay.
closed it out with it.
Yep. So we got that. Surprisingly, we didn't get any Grand Theft Auto 6 from both the State of Play or from Summer Game Fest, which is wild to me. Xbox had their showing. Well, overall, I thought Summer Game Fest has been the best that it's been so far.
Mhm.
I'm glad that they're going in the right direction. They just need to have old girl just do more of the hosting and let Jeff Keighley sit down.
Oh
I
yeah.
won't, I
for
won't
sure.
reiterate how badly I feel about Jeff Keighley's suit or none of that. I already went through that. We're not
Oh
going
yeah.
through it again.
We're not feeling that fit.
Yeah, it
Them
wasn't
shoes?
it. Yeah, it wasn't it. And them shoes. The whole
Oh,
outfit was
man.
disgusting. But anyway, the Xbox Direct I thought was a really good showing for them. Like y'all have said, going over and using E-Day as one of the games to remain exclusive, that wasn't it.
Yeah, I didn't understand that one.
Yeah, that wasn't it. I don't nah. As a matter of fact, there's actually, I think if you're gonna start this exclusivity, there's actually some games that I would put exclusive, even if I knew that overall they would sell more. It's about where you can cop my system, where I can make you cop my system. And I'll say this as a side note: I'd leave Fallout as available to all platforms. But Elder Scrolls, nah, G, you're gonna have to come over to the Xbox and get that
Mhm.
because that's
Oh,
a
yeah.
powerful title, especially if you're talking about Elder Scrolls 6. I will argue the longer you hold that out, it can get up there to GTA 6 levels of like, when is this
Mhm.
game coming out? Especially if you pop off with the trailer finally and show a little something.
Mhm.
That is a game, and I hate to say it, I don't want to even say it, but that's a game that can be exclusive to the Xbox and force people to actually get an Xbox right off rip. So I thought Fable not being an exclusive, but I think that's more so because of the R&D. I think a lot of this stuff had R&D work in it already, or they would have chose more to be exclusive.
Probably.
Yeah.
And so they didn't want to lose on all that R&D work. Flight Simulator showed up as I knew it would. They just can't stop showing Flight Simulator. We got to see the DLC for Doom, which looked dope. Also surprising that they didn't show up as for Switch 2. I don't know why they're still holding on to it. When we know it can come over. And then I feel like there was another game in that lineup that really stood out. But I think overall Xbox had a really good showing. I think if I was looking at it, I would be like, okay, they're going in the right direction too. Whether that was Asha's thing or if it was already set up that it was going to be that way. I think they're moving in the right direction.
Mhm.
Going back to exclusives and stuff like that brings back the console wars, or at least the console wars between Microsoft and Sony for who's going to be in second place. Um, but with that being said, then we got to the Nintendo Direct, and so I wanna say this. I had already put this as a uh, on Twitter, and this actually really gives context to what was shown and what wasn't shown. Um, there was already well over 70 games announced for the Switch 2
Oh
before
yeah.
Nintendo's Direct.
Yeah.
Such a large amount of anything.
Yeah, and what's crazy is like stuff got announced on Twitter that you would be like, how come that's not at a direct? Because they were
Mhm.
bigger. Call of
Yeah.
Duty finally got announced. And we
Mhm.
didn't get any Call of Duty footage. Wilds was announced, and we didn't get any Wilds footage. And it was like,
Nope.
dang, like, how do they not put that in a direct? That's a huge thing. So then we
For September, probably be a
No,
partner showcase.
yeah,
yeah.
I would not be surprised if we get a surprise partner show, partner direct. Maybe even like August, like a little before.
Possibly. Yeah.
They could do it. There's enough out there. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's and then they showed off everything, and like you guys said, just the lineup is just ridiculous. It's a struggle to even think about. Like, I'm gonna have to write everything down and being like, yes, no, no, yes, no, yes, no, 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 no. Dang. I gotta put you as no. My money tight. No, 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 no. Yes, yes,
Mhm.
yes, no. So and that's just for and I think the biggest problem is that's just from Nintendo. Like
Yep.
that's just from Nintendo. It's not even including Sony. It's not even including PC. That's just from Nintendo's piece. I do want to shout out because I shot this out on Wednesday to Maramasa Blade. That's a
Yeah.
must get. You have to get this game. Um,
Now I was hearing that this one that was announced at the direct was from the Vita.
oh wow.
It might be because I think that was the last version they did before
Yeah.
this one. But the biggest thing about this, really, sorry, real quick, is they're putting it on PC. Vanillaware don't be putting stuff on
Ooh.
PC. That's
Mhm.
that's major, but that's pretty much
Mhm.
it. Yeah.
I would be surprised if they probably won't run or look that much different from each other. And I also wouldn't be surprised if that game was another 120 FPS um game on the Switch too.
That would be
In
amazing.
handheld mode.
That would
So
be amazing.
yeah,
That
they,
game art style. Oh
yeah,
my goodness.
that game is a very stylistic game. Um, and then as I've talked about many a times before, Kingdom Hearts has been synonymous with PlayStation for the last forever since inception. Um, and no, I don't mean that Kingdom Hearts was an exclusive. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 2 was an exclusive. Um, but Kingdom Hearts 3 eventually came to Xbox, if I'm not mistaken.
Mhm.
And
Day
PC
one.
as well. So but even still, those exclusive or those games have been synonymous with PlayStation. Um, even the oh, man. Ugh. Sorry, my own hair. Even the original Kingdom Hearts trailer, Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer, was PlayStation. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And so for Nintendo to get this, and it was expected to be at the State of Play,
Yeah.
that's all sorts of petty. That's a petty move.
Yeah.
That is a petty move. So
It's a flex move to me.
Yes, a
Yeah.
big flex,
Because
yeah.
I
It's a-
definitely was shook. I was like, what am I looking at?
Yeah.
4.
that was that was heavy. That was heavy. And then the end of show off with Ocarina of Time remake. I think that's really cool. We talked about it already. I do definitely think those are the visuals that we're gonna get for Zelda. Nintendo doesn't normally go way outside of, or even a little bit outside of, what they present as a
Yeah.
game versus what is a cinematic, if they even use cinematics that are not in engine. Um, so to see that from Ocarina of Time, I'm really excited. I do definitely think it's going to be a big, big world. I don't think we'll have any of those quote unquote loading screens go in between each of the worlds.
Oh yeah,
Um,
that's right. We did talk about that the other day too.
yeah, and I also do think, just as a overall look, man, like there's so many questions to that game because that game is really hindered by what can and can't be done by the 64. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
going from Kokori Village, Kokiri Village. Um, it was like load screen between the bridge and a load screen to the main map, but like
Mm-hmm.
you can't you can't do that with the Switch 2. Like you can do that with the Switch 2, but you know what I mean? Like that's not from a video game perspective now. Like you almost want it to be more like how Breath of the Wild is with the village Kokiri forest, and like coming out
Hmm.
of that forest, like it's
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you gotta
gotta
make that area bigger. You have to make it bigger.
yeah, it's
Has
gotta
to be. Yep.
it's gotta actually look like a forest that you can get out of, that nobody else would really
Yeah.
even try and attempt to go into, right? So
Facts.
I also think like the area like Zora's Domain, where it's just like that single waterfall that drips down, like that's
Hmm.
gotta look like a waterfall, like big old waterfall that you can't get around. You can't
Hmm.
you can't traverse through. Um, but there's also some areas, even talking on Wednesday with Prime, that like the transition would be kind of weird if there was no scene, like no break in the game. And like one of those is Lord Jabba Jabba's mouth, right? So like when you enter the mouth, that's a whole dungeon. You know what I'm saying? If there
Yeah.
wasn't that break and you see the outside of Lord Jabba Jabba, you're like, how does this equal that? You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
Right.
how do you go inside a whale and it's this whole big old dungeon, but when I look outside, that man about only 3 meters, you know, like it don't make no sense. So I'm curious for those kind of areas how that would look. Um, but yeah, it's just a lot of that stuff is going to be interesting to see. And I'm excited. I think they'll show that in September. I do think that'll come out in November. I do also
Mhm.
think that we will get that right alongside GTA. I saw you, Jack. I appreciate you. We're not even staying on that long anyway. So um
All right, bet.
but yeah, I think overall, I think this month of video game trailers was an amazing month. And I think we got a lot of gaming ahead of us, whether you want it or you don't want it. What up, Law Boy? I appreciate you coming through, man. I didn't even say what's up again because I was so into the conversation. I'm sorry.
Conversations are good. Yeah.
Yeah. He said need a new 3D Mario. Yeah. It. Yeah.
It's on
And.
the way. They gotta have some stuff to continue momentum
Hmm.
next year, especially when that price increase happens in
Yeah.
September.
And I don't expect, according to a lot of people, I don't expect it to be Mario 64 being remade. I don't think they're gonna keep remaking everything that showed up for the
No.
64. That.
Oh, I didn't know that's something people are saying. They're
Yeah.
expecting 64 remake.
Where they're like, oh, Star Fox got a remake, and now Ocarina of Time's getting a remake. Expect it to be remade for Mario Kart. I don't
Con-
think, or Mario Kart.
Context is key. Some
Yeah.
people really like Star Fox. Like, yes, it's kind of like, oh, it's the same game again, but they're trying to
Mhm.
reestablish Star Fox like they
Right.
did for Metroid on the three
Right.
in 2017. Like, and I get if you're young and you weren't coherent, that's one thing. I'm not gonna,
Hmm.
that's a different thing. But if you were aware then up to now, roughly a decade or so, maybe a little more, it's very clear what they're trying to do. They got a whole separate team to remake this, and they announced it on Twitter, and they announced they have their own engine. So they got their own tools So that could very well be a Star Fox team. I'm sorry, I'd be thinking about that. Mario 64 remake. That's how I know I'm not online like I used to be, because that does not make sense. It's gonna be a new game.
Yeah, agreed. And I think also too the reason why we're getting the Zelda remake is because of the Zelda movie that comes soon after. If you think about it, for most people, like for the last decade, the only Zelda game that they would really know, 3D Zelda, putting it that way, that they would only know is Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. And fundamentally, no other Zelda game plays like those games. Like those are the first of those type of games, to be honest with you. Where you get the master or the I was gonna say the master hand. The ultra hand.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And like all those other abilities. All the other Zelda games, you have to find those items. And then dungeons on top of that. So I can see they took like the one that sold the best, and that's the one that could closely translate to a movie, if you would, as like their pick of like reintroducing exactly what Zelda looks like at that point, right? So it doesn't surprise me. I hope that a remake comes of Majora's Mask, just because those games are closely fitted together, and technically that's the sequel anyway of Ocarina of Time. But overall, like I said, we just got so much content coming in for this next year.
Yeah.
Dark Voice said, my favorite thing was during the Xbox live stream when they were showing Gears of War, they had the PS5 logo on there and immediately took the live stream down. Yeah, that's funny. Nope, that ain't for you.
Oh man, that's pretty. That whole situation is still so wild. It seems so last second, and then people are like, "No, they always planned this." It's like, no. Yeah, good thing
Yeah.
Gears looks to be solid though. It's looking solid.
Yeah. So with that being said, that's going to do it for us. We are already at 2 hours and 36, and it's like 12 o'clock. And to be honest with you, I have to go to work in the morning. So with that being said, thank you guys for coming through. We really appreciate you. Geronimo, what you got up for us, man?
Great show as always. The channel. I'm still working on my next video. It's gonna be a bit more in depth than I expected, and it'll be about something from Summer Games Fest, but it's something that's not getting talked about a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll kind of see if I can get in there with that type of video, and then after that, I have to see what's next. Honestly, I have to see what the next video is about after that. Might be Screamer, might be something else entirely. But yeah, just subscribe to the channel, subscribe here, tell your friends, your homies, subscribe to all of us, Jack as well, and everything. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm ready to get out of here. It's late.
Yeah. And you guys know how we do here on the Stormcast every Saturday at 7 o'clock. Unfortunately, if you came up late and wondering why we are here so late, Baby Sandstorm had her birthday today. It was actually yesterday, but we celebrated her birthday today. So we got on the show a little bit later at 9 o'clock. But normally we are here at 7 o'clock. Tomorrow is the Winging It podcast, which is also at 7 o'clock. And they will be talking about a lot of stuff with AI, as well as the week for the Nintendo Direct and the other game trailers that we got to see. Monday is the Joe podcast. I'm not sure if I will be there. I did try to be there last Monday, but unfortunately, life's and wife comes first. So with that being said, thank you guys so much. Make sure you hit the like button, and if you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button as well. And we do have some updates coming for DreamCon. There are some new updates that also involve our Stormcast team. So with that being said, thank you guys. We will see you guys later.